So right now, you're being aggressive, right? So you're violating my Third Amendment right because I'm quartering with an enemy combatant.
Yeah. That's just the way it goes. Gotta go and give it all you go. Yeah. That's just the way it goes. Gotta go and give it all you go.
I'm talking stronger living, I'm talking stronger soul. Foot on the clutch and I won't let off. Never looking back at the time I lost. Gotta count my prayers, so many times that I should have been dead. Living in the dark when the light was shed. Hard to step away cause I'm comfy there. Let's go. Feeling 10 feet tall, like a baller dog. When I'm on my game, I can have it all. Wrong step back fall, it's curtain call. Catch my drift, I'm just a pawn. In this game, gotta run before you cross. I'm spitting like a track star. I don't know where I'm going, but I hope far. I'm stepping to the front like homie what? Spit with on my heart like it's fisticuffs. Every time I'm on stage, gotta rip it up. Let me live it up, let me get in my position. Feel my strength and see my vision. Hear my pain and zone out to the rhythm. Yeah, I'm talking stronger.
What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing great. What's up, Cat Slave, on Hawkeye, Cat Nat, Missouri Travelers, Randy, Sasquatch. Everyone, welcome. Taco, what's up?
The champ is here, folks.
Boo. I still think the vote was rigged. We stopped early. We're going to make sure we don't do that this time. There will be none of that. So let's not worry about that.
Oh, I have the articles this week, Kenny. I went easy on you last week. This week, it is down.
Is that right? Okay. Well, this should be interesting.
And I'm going hard right off the bat.
Right off the bat, huh?
Right off the bat, I'm coming swinging.
This is going to be interesting. Okay. First, let's talk a little auditor news real quick.
All right.
Freaking Omaha. Fucking Omaha. So Omaha apparently is really bitching and complaining about all of his followers. This is Taco was telling me. And that they didn't make him give him any money. Chuck had to spend money out of his own pocket to get him out. I think that should tell that should tell Omaha right away that people want to see him get hurt. They're not there to help him out. And I really hope that he takes that and really, starts thinking and soul searching a little bit. What do you think?
You would think it would, but I think he's going to double down.
Oh, God, I hope not. I think you're right, though. I think you're absolutely right. I think he will double down.
From what I heard, he from what his followers, he got $65 of the will ended up being like $2,500 bond that he ended up needing, but originally it was a $4,000 cash bond he needed.
Oh, no, Omaha.
No, that's not true. When it got dropped to a $2,500 bond, I think they only had to pay like 10% of that, and I think Chuck Bronson paid it.
Oh, nice of Chuck.
Yeah.
What a nice guy he is.
Or Chuck paid up the $2,500, one of the two.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started with this. I'm itching to even this series out a little bit. See, what I'm hoping is going to happen is I'm hoping this is going to be like you got your fun, and now from now on it's just me on out. You know what I mean? I'm going to close this series out and never look back.
Before we go, we should explain the new rules that will start next week and why winning this week is very important.
Yeah. Go ahead and explain the rules.
Okay, so there's going to be some new rules next week. The winner actually gets to go first with their article, and there will no longer be a canceling out of articles. So if I play the article first, that other player, if I play it, Kenny cannot use that article, but mine still counts. So having that advantage is huge.
But to kind of even that out, what we're doing is we're no longer to go in with an even amount of articles. So If he only finds 2, or I only find 1, and he finds 2, he might be a little bit ahead. And if if for some reason we both had the same article, I'm down to 0 articles and he has 1. So it could really make or break. And I think it's going to make this a lot more interesting.
So, yep.
All right, so Taco's going to go ahead and get us started here. All right, Taco.
All right, pull it up. Woman suffers panic attacks after spending thousands on tests on farting pet dog before finding out it was her husband.
I have that one.
Oh.
Yeah, I found that one. That was great.
It was.
Yeah, I did. Mine says something different though. The title says something different.
Okay.
But
you had it.
It's kind of funny. Yeah, it's the same freaking story though.
Okay, let me grab another one real quick here.
Yeah, I saw that one. I'm like, holy shit, I gotta get it. Yeah. No. Wait. Yeah. No. Yeah. Mine has. Go ahead.
Hold on. Let me pull up another one here.
Yeah, that was a good one though. Had to get that one.
All right, I've got another one here. I'm ready for you, Kenny.
Okay, hold on. Let me. Oh, shoot. There we go.
School asks parents to stop throwing late students over closed gate.
I got that one too.
You gotta be kidding me.
No. I'm not kidding you. That was so good.
That was one I got at the last moment too.
You see how this is gonna change next week so bad?
Yes.
If it would screw it, we'd be screwed.
All right. I'm going with the one I found today. The one I don't think you have. All right. Here we go. Wild video shows man blast flamethrower from a top MTA bus in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
So let's see here. We'll scroll down. It's even got a...
yeah, look at that.
That's a different video. I don't know why they got that video.
What the hell's going on in that video? Someone just playing GTA over there. Pow, 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 pow.
Oh, here it is. So we're going to play the video because the video is pretty cool.
Jeez, look at that. Crazy fucking. That's just craziness right there. That's what Tim Berry would do right there. Tim would do that all day, every day. I mean, also look at just think of how freaking nimble he had to be to get on top of that fucking.
I know.
Anyway, with the flamethrower. I mean, goddamn.
Look at that. I mean, he's just.
Yeah, he's like. Did he get? I wonder if he gets shot to get down. Did they shoot him to get him down? Oh no, he jumped down. Oh, dumbass. Well, that was just dumb. Right into the fire too. Oh God, what a moron.
I like how I'm getting penalized by people for the fact that we had the same article.
I got penalized because I had a couple Florida men once, so I don't want to fucking hear it.
Just because we had the same article, I'm getting penalized for it.
Yeah, see, mine said Reddit user blows thousands on vet bills after husband blames his farts on her. That's what mine read. I'm the dog, so yeah, that's what I got.
All right,
here we go. I'm gonna go with one that I think is gonna get people. No, I'm gonna go. I don't think you have that one. So oh yeah, I don't think you have this one. Let's see. All right, so do this. Share screen. My entire screen. Share. All right. Here we go. Where is it? Is that it? No. There we go. Man accidentally catches wife on Google Maps canoodling with another man. Look at that shit.
Yeah, that would be an issue.
That would, right? A Peruvian man was left heartbroken when he checked out a street view of the capital. No, I got to read this like they do on Cheaters. A Peruvian man was left heartbroken when he checked out a street view of the capital, Lima, on Google Maps and accidentally saw his beloved wife cozying up on a bench with another man. Look at that. I don't think that's the same video. According to the report, his wife and her paramour thought they were safe from prying eyes as they canoodled by the city's Puente de los Suspiros de Barranco. Yeah, I butchered the shit out of that. Or Bridge of Sights size of the ravine. But one of Google's cars, equipped with a 360-degree camera, captured the conniving couple sitting on a bench. The woman, wearing a black top, white shirt, and boots, seated as her beau, clad in blue jeans and a white shirt, lounging with his head in her lap. Although her face is blurred, as is customary on Google Maps, her hubby recognized her by her attire, the news outlet reported. The photo of the affair, which went viral on Facebook, suggests nothing illicit at first glance. While confronted, the cheating wife confessed her infidelity, leading to their divorce. Med's not alone in discovering secrets on Google Maps street views, which, it makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
One woman found her husband was smoking again after promising she'd give it up after a shot showed him puffing on a cigarette. Damn. In general, Google Maps street view is intended to be, anyway, you get the story. You get the gist. That's my first one.
I don't know. Flamethrowers.
That's just getting started, baby. I'm just getting started.
All right.
You ready?
Yep, I'm ready. Thai protesters use inflatable ducks against anti-government protest against the government anti-protest water cannons.
Uh-huh.
So there's the picture of them using giant inflatable ducks against the water cannons.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right. So I'm going to do my next one here. All right.
I went simple on that one.
Uh-huh.
But water ducks, I mean, come on, inflatable water ducks.
All right. All right, here we go. Erica Badou dumbfounded after testing positive for coronavirus in left nostril, negative in the right.
Interesting.
Erica Badou is opening up about her experience testing both positive and negative for coronavirus this week. The 49-year-old singer took to Twitter to share her confusion with the results. She says she has been receiving a rapid COVID-19 test all week in preparation for her performance. She shared a picture to Twitter of her results, which read left nostril positive and right nostril negative. So, yeah. There's that one. Yeah, I keep messing up.
All right. This one's a tribute to Omaha.
Oh, God.
California woman wields stun gun while accusing family of acting like...
I have that one.
You have that one?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Give me a second as my TV has decided to turn off on me, so I got to turn it back on. And then I'll get the next article up. A little technical difficulty. All right. I guess I'm going to go with this one. All right. You can eat an entire free pizza in exchange for your soul in Toronto right now. You must redeem your soul from one of the 7 deadly sins. The Stormcrow Manor is celebrating the launch of their new patio and delivery concept, Church of Pizza, with free pies. There's a catch, though. Redemption. So basically, Redemption of your soul will cost you $3, and you get to choose from which of the 7 deadly sins you want to be redeemed. The redemption comes from the form of a real, actual, physical golden scroll of absolution, which will be delivered to you with your delicious pie.
All right, that was a good one. All right, my turn. All right, let's do this. Gonna go a little racy here this time. Pope Francis caught liking a bikini model's body picture on Instagram.
Oh, I saw that one.
Yeah, I get it. Pope Francis, the head of the Catholic Church and sovereign of the Vatican City State, was recently caught liking a sexually titillating picture of a bikini model named Natalia Garibaldi. The official Instagram account of Pope Francis is making the headlines after eagle-eyed social media users pointed out that he had liked a racy picture of a bikini model, which I don't understand. That's so, well. One of the social media users, Barso Sports, was sharp enough to spot Pope Francis' online indulgences and shared a screen recording showing the Pope's Instagram name in the likes section of her photo, which is gotta be weird to see. The account shared the screen recording with her caption, Pope Francis is horny as hell. Francis, the official Instagram handle of Pope Francis, was seen in the list of accounts who had liked the picture. That's just crazy. I mean, look at that, though. I mean, come on.
Kenny, you're a little focused on that picture there.
A little bit.
I don't think that's earning any female votes there, buddy. All right.
Ready?
Yep. Florida man allegedly on LSD attacks cast member in Dinoland, USA at Animal Kingdom. So according to the Orlando Sentinel, a man from Pompeo Beach was arrested and charged with battery of a Disney security cast member. The man tackled a security cast member in Dinoland, USA, and reportedly put the cast member in a headlock.
Oh, jeez.
Guests in the area noticed that what was going on and was able to pull the man off the cast member and hold him until law enforcement arrived. The man later reportedly told the nurse at an area hospital that he took LSD and tried to kill someone, but said he did not remember the incident and pleaded not guilty. So there you have it.
Nice. All right. Let's do this. All right. Alleged porch pirate arrested after wearing exact same shirt to court from surveillance footage.
Ooh.
An accused porch pirate has been arrested after wearing the exact same shirt the very next day to a South Carolina courtroom that he had worn to steal packages from people's porches, according to the authorities. The series of events began after a picture of a man in a green and red North Face shirt was posted to the Goose Creek resident group on Facebook, by somebody claiming he had stolen packages that had been left on porches in the neighborhood. Beware of this porch pirate, social media post began. This was around noon today in the Oaks. Notice an empty Amazon package in his hand. It is something he stole off a neighbor's porch and threw the empty package in my trash can, dumb crook. And then stole the package off my porch, all on camera, and stuffed it in his backpack with whatever else he had stolen in the neighborhood. He was with a second person also on a bicycle. The police have been notified. He just looks like a bright one, doesn't he?
Yep.
He just looks like he's just completely bright. So that's going to be a good one. So, yeah. Dumbass crooks.
All right. I've got a good one for you. Man caught walking stuffed dog after curfew in Czech Republic.
I saw that one.
I don't know how long the video is about. Let's see. I just want to see if it shows the dog. Okay, it doesn't show the dog.
No, it didn't, unfortunately.
But anyways.
That's bizarre.
Right. The police issued a warning to this guy who was walking a stuffed toy dog on a leash. The officer stopped the man when walking in a public area after 9 p.m., which was imposed amid the COVID pandemic. The man initially claimed to be out walking his dog, an activity that's permitted after curfew hours. But police quickly determined the object at the end of the leash was actually a stuffed toy dog. The man claimed his walk was an artistic, practical joke and was released with a warning. The man later told the newspaper that he does not regret his actions.
Oh, geez. All right. That was a good one. All right. Let's see. Next for me will be Spike Lee to direct movie. Spike Lee to direct movie musical about Viagra. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Spike Lee's next joint will be about Viagra. Spike Lee's next project will be a musical no doubt, about the origin story of Viagra, Pfizer's erectile dysfunction drug. The Entertainment One film is based on David Kushner's Esquire article titled All Rise, a told story of the guys who launched Viagra. I guess it's interesting. I don't know. I would assume it would be, considering that it was an accident, wasn't it? I remember it was it's supposed to be like a heart medicine at first.
Right.
Yeah.
And they still do give it out for heart, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Lee's directing the untitled musical from a screenplay he wrote with Kwame Kwei-Armah. The movie will feature original songs and music penned by Stu Stewart and Heidi Rodwald, the duo behind the Tony-winning musical Passing Strange. In a statement, Lee said, "First and foremost, I thank Miss Jacqueline Shartley." But anyway, you get the gist. So Spike Lee and Viagra. What more could you want from a musical, right?
I don't know, but I got a good story for you after this.
See, Kimber's been waiting for a Viagra musical.
I bet she has. I bet it'll rise to the occasion.
Are you ready? Here we go.
Teen who sold his kidney for an iPhone is now bedridden for life.
I saw that one.
So this teen sold his kidney in order to buy an iPhone. Is likely to be left bedridden because of a renal deficiency. Wayne's son, Kun, is 17 years old and decided to sell his organ on the black market in exchange for roughly the equivalent of $3,200. He wanted to buy an iPad too, but didn't have enough money to afford the device. While he was on the internet one day, he received a message from an organ harvester in a chat room, and that would pay him $3,000 for selling the organ. He underwent the illegal surgery in the Central Province and had his right kidney removed and delivered to an unknown recipient. The surgery was reportedly carried out by two doctors who were also employed by local hospitals. At the time, the teen asked, "Why do I need a second kidney? One is enough." Following the sale, he used the money to buy an iPad 2 and an iPhone 4. When he returned home with his new devices, his mother grew suspicious and forced him to confess what he'd done. His mother said, "When my son came home, he had his laptop computer and an Apple phone. I asked him, where did all the money for that come from? When he couldn't keep it to himself any longer, he finally told us." His mom said, "I sold my kidney, and when he told me, I felt like the sky was crashing down on our family." 9 people involved in the operation were arrested, 5 of whom were charged with international injury and organ trading. Those charges include the surgeon, the broker, the person who leased the operating room, and those who were tasked with hunting for donors through online chat rooms. He is now in his mid-20s, later developed an infection in his remaining kidney, which is thought to have been caused by the unsanitary location of the operation and lack of post-operative care he was given. He undergoes dialysis every day to clear his blood of the toxins that his remaining kidney can no longer handle.
All right.
His family was reportedly awarded $300,000 in compensation.
Oh, geez.
So you can buy lots of iPads from that now.
Yeah, sure you can. All right. Oh shit! Let me bring it up. All right. 450-pound man tries to hide marijuana from police by using his stomach fat.
That's weak. Lots of people do that.
A Central Florida man who weighs about 450 pounds faces multiple charges after sheriff's deputies says he hid cocaine and 23 grams, that's a lot, of marijuana under his stomach fat. According to a news release, a Volusia County sheriff's deputy stopped the vehicle Friday after noticing that the passenger wasn't wearing a seatbelt. According to a news release, a Volusia County sheriff's deputy stopped the vehicle Friday after noticing that the passenger wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Officials say 42-year-old Christopher Mitchell told the deputy that he's too big to wear a seatbelt. The deputy says he requested a drug detecting dog because Mitchell and the driver appeared nervous. The dog detected the presence of drugs in the vehicle. In addition to the drugs on Mitchell, deputies said they also found a handgun and $7,000 in cash in the vehicle. Mitchell and the driver were arrested. It was not clear whether Mitchell was an attorney. Has an attorney, I'm sorry. Wasn't. Of course he wasn't.
All right. I got a decent one for you.
Okay. Hold on.
Alaskan Airlines flight
I saw that one.
hits bear on runway during landing. You can actually see the damage of it crumpled the engine.
Yeah.
An unusual collision airplane hit and killed a brown bear while landing at Yakutat Airport in Alaska on Saturday. It was arriving. The flight crew saw two bears crossing the runway. The nose gear missed the bears, but the captain felt an impact on the left side after the bears passed under the plane. The pilots then spotted a bear lying several feet off the center of the runway while taxiing from the parking. The left engine hull of the plane was damaged in the collision, and maintenance technicians are currently working to repair the aircraft. 6 passengers were on the flight at the time, but no injuries were reported. Really, only 6 passengers?
Okay.
Yeesh. After being informed of the incident, airport maintenance and operations crew removed the bear and brought it to the storage warehouse. And then Alaskan Department of Fish and Game were contacted to arrange for proper disposal of the bear.
Yeah. See, that's sad. He talked about a bear dying. That should be disqualification, and everyone should hate it and be like, bad taco, bad taco. Just a thought.
The Department of Agriculture actually uses pyrotechnics in vehicles to deter animals from coming to the runway and interfering with the operations.
All right. Suspect tries to escape FBI agents using underwater sea scooter in frigid California lake. A man wanted for his role in an alleged $35 million Ponzi scheme, remind us of anybody we know, was arrested Monday after evading FBI agents by swimming into California's largest reservoir using an underwater sea scooter, federal prosecutor said. Matthew Piercy spent about 25 minutes in frigid Lake Shasta, that's cold too, using the Yamaha 350 Li submersible device before he eventually resurfaced and was handcuffed. You know, you would think you have to, if you go under, you gotta come back up, and the cops are just gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think it was GTA? He stayed underwater long enough, and the cops would be like, "Oh, I guess we lost him." You know?
Well, it's like targeted citizen on the lake boat.
Yeah. When agents went to arrest Piercy, he hopped in a pickup and then led them on a chase that ended at the shoreline of a lake north of Redding. Then Piercy abandoned his truck near the edge of Lake Shasta, pulled something out of it, and swam into Lake Shasta. Federal prosecutors wrote in court documents calling Piercy a flight risk, you think? Piercy spent some time out of sight underwater where law enforcement could only see bubbles. Agents later learned Piercy had a sea scooter, a motorized device that pulled users underwater at speeds of about 4 miles per hour. That's pretty slow. Yamaha tutorial video describes the sea scooter as having underwater propulsion that allows users to cruise at depths of 100 feet below the surface. All right. Fucking criminals, man. Whatever they can do to get away with shit, huh?
That's right.
Right?
I'm bringing you one from Japan now. Robot wolves protect Japanese. You got it?
Oh, yeah. I had to get that one. That was fucking awesome.
All right. We're down to our last one then. Or are you done?
Oh, no. When you said you had 12 and you were to I went and found a couple last minute.
All right. Well, I'm down to my last one then here.
Well, I'll just pick one more then.
All right. All right. I'm ready. Man arrested after I-4 power pole is found strapped to his car roof.
I thought I saw that one last week. Oh, you said you had a couple from. Never mind. Go ahead.
So this guy found a down pole around, along the highway near I-75 interchange and tried to sell for scrap Monday. And so he literally tied it to the roof of his Toyota Corolla. It's duct taped and roped, and his Toyota Corolla is all scraped up too. His mirror has tape on it and everything.
Oh, jeez.
So Douglas Allen Hately, Sunday one, found a downed power pole along Interstate 4 near the I-75 interchange. Tried to sell for scrap Monday at Eagle Metals Recycling Yard. The yard turned Hately away because he didn't have proper documentation for the pole. Troopers pulled him over and took possession of the pole and his car, a 1975 Toyota, or 1997 Toyota. A passenger riding with him was not charged. A video from the Highway Patrol cruiser shows a trooper informing Hately that the pole had been reportedly stolen by highway maintenance workers. He asked Hately where he got the pole. He said, "He gave it to me. Why didn't he stop me?" Later, Hately said in the video there was no criminal intent whatsoever here. He asks if his friend can drive his car home, and the trooper says, "No, not with the pole on the roof."
Right? The fact that he even asked, though, is
the pole has been tied on with the cord that was run through the front bumper and the rear window. He remained in the Hillsborough County Jail on Tuesday in lieu of $2,000 bond on a charge of third-degree theft, $750 to $5,000. Hately has been arrested on 48 occasions since 1971, including charges of grand theft, burglary, and probation violations, according to state criminal history records. His longest sentence in 2005 was for 3 years and 6 months in state prison. He's been arrested twice before on charges of related to fraudulent sale of metals.
Jeez. All right.
So there you have it.
All right. This is my last one. I'm gonna go with this one. Man, 81, uses antique shillelagh to chase ruse burglars from Niles' home. I was trying to find some type of persuasive weapon, and I think a shillelagh. Look at that shillelagh. That fucks someone. Look at the wife. That's right. That's my hubby.
Yeah.
When intruders targeted Dan and Barbara Donovan's Niles' home earlier this month, they picked the wrong couple to burglarize. Instead of fleeing the modest brick house with valuables, the three men ran in fear as Dan, 81, chased them out the door with an antique shillelagh, a wooden Irish walking stick that once belonged to his grandfather. I hit the one guy on the back of his head, Donovan, a former Marine, recalled. I'm certain he had a headache. I bet.
Yeah.
It was late afternoon on November 4th when the couple, 50-year residents of Niles, heard a knock at their door and found a man wearing a reflective vest and a face mask standing outside. The visitor, who was carrying what appeared to be tools, said he was there to check their fuse box due to a recent fire in the area. Barbara Donovan said the visit did not immediately seem unusual. We had received a letter from the electric company the day before, Donovan said, explaining that the letter indicated work would be taking place in their area and would include power outages, which is they probably saw the van, so they went ahead of the trucks. That's probably what they did, I bet.
Yeah.
When he said he was with the electric company, we let him in. What the couple didn't immediately realize was that the man wasn't a utility worker, and he wasn't alone. As he led the couple into the basement of their home, two additional people sneaked inside through the now unlocked door. Downstairs, Barbara Donovan began to feel suspicious about the man who was looking over her electrical circuit panel. I kept backing up, and he kept saying, "Come over by me," Barbara said. He said, "If you're home alone, you won't know what to do." And he kept telling me to come closer to him. I thought that was kind of weird. Yeah, that is a little weird. Suddenly, Barbara heard the squeak of floorboards above her head. I yelled, "Daddy, somebody's in our bedroom," she said. Barbara bounded up the steps, followed by her husband and the so-called utility worker. When they reached the main floor, the Donovans discovered there were more than just the three of them inside. I started chasing them to get them out of the house, Dan Donovan said. That's when he grabbed his grandfather's shillelagh, which was propped up in the corner of the couple's dining room. I was trying to find some type of persuasive weapon, Donovan said, so I picked up the Irish shillelagh, and that turned out to be an equalizer because I managed to chase them out of the house. One of the men was carrying what Donovan recognized to be a pillowcase from bedroom, shouting and swinging the shillelagh. Dan Donovan said he struck the man in the back of the head with the end of the walking stick, but he didn't drop the pillowcase. He followed his partners in crime outside, but Donovan continued his pursuit. Barefoot, he approached the SUV they had parked in his driveway and began hitting it with a walking stick right on. Managed to get a good swing at the windshield and the rear window, he said. I think I cracked them both. In the meantime, Barbara Donovan said she was on the phone to police who arrived shortly after the intruders fled the scene. In all the excitement and due to the darkening skies, Donovan acknowledged he was unable to get the license plate number or the make and model of the SUV. So that's pretty much happened. Pretty good one. I thought that was a nice one to end, kind of like a high note to get everyone happy to see someone get their ass beat. I thought that was pretty.
Yeah. I went out with some metal.
Yeah. All right, so there we go. So then the poll is now open. Well, let's see if it works. Please tell me it works. I do all that for no reason, did I?
Are you using the same poll as before? Or are you doing
No, I'm doing a different one. Hold on, let me.
I like the one you did last time.
I know I'm still doing a straw poll. But it has to always be a different one or else it'll just keep going, you know?
Okay.
So here we go. So click on that link right there, guys, and you should be able to vote. And we'll see what happens. What do you think, Taco? What's your prediction?
I still think it's going to be me. I think it's going to be close again. But I think it's still going to be me.
I don't know. We'll see.
So,
I think I should win because of this right here. That alone just says Kenny wins. I mean, come on. How awesome is that?
Are you really that desperate that you're like, come on, people, it's going to be by my avatar?
Hey, I'm cool with what I got, man.
So, what are we going to give it? We should call a time limit now instead of.
Okay, let's do. We'll give it 20 minutes. Let's go 20 minutes. Because the last time votes kept coming in. So we'll go ahead and open up the panel for people, I guess, while we're waiting for a little bit.
Kenny already voted for himself. Asian.
I actually haven't voted. Yeah, Taco won last week. No, you can only vote once.
Come on, guys, you gotta make it 2-0. Put the pressure on Kenny to try and really put it on.
Oh, it's pretty close so far.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is. Oh, now it's not. But it was.
Yeah.
When I first looked at it, it was. Who the hell is this? Karl? Oh, it's Karl. What's up, Karl?
CFW says it's a tie.
Oh, it's a tie so far?
What's up?
Hey, Karl. So who'd you vote for, Carl? Or don't you want to say?
Yeah, is according to the Constitution, I don't have to say a word.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, Carl. So in other words, he said he voted for me. That's what I'm Hey, I can take it however I want to.
I'll give you a small hint. This guy is named after food.
Oh, god damn it. He voted for Taco.
I don't know. It's not looking good for me, guys.
No, it's not. 68 to 32% so far.
I don't know where I went wrong on this one. I felt good on this one.
I think it was a Shillelagh one. I'm telling you. See, here's the thing. See, Taco. See, I know my audience. I know who watches me. I know what they like to see. So I thought about it this week, and I thought, you know what? I bet you that'll be. I think the last one is what won it over for me. I really did.
I think it's a pity vote. I think it's pity.
Ah, of course it would. Now you're fucking Trump, aren't you?
It's pity. It's pure pity.
Yeah, now you're being Trump up in here. Damn, 19 votes already. Holy shit. That's cool. Thank you guys for voting.
Yeah.
What's up, Asian?
Gentlemen, how are you this evening?
Hey, Asian.
Not bad. Already
Taco.
have. It looks like
Karl.
we're gonna have more votes than we did the first time we did this, which is really cool.
So I'll be honest, I missed the very first one.
See, told you, Rocky, the old man won it for me. I told you. I know
But
my audience.
But I sat through this. It was pretty cool, man. Had lots of fun with it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. It was we really I really enjoyed these because it kind of brings out the competitiveness, but also people have been wanting me and Taco to do like a weekly show for a while now, and Taco wants to keep his channel strictly for gaming because that's the way he is.
No doubt, no doubt. I'm a
It's
fan,
fair.
though, man. Keep up the good work, guys.
Thanks. Yeah, we enjoy doing it.
Some of those stories were just cray though.
Okay, Sasquatch, whatever. It's stuck. Whatever, guys. No, you can't vote again. You can't vote again.
We should probably take the voting thing off, not to sway votes.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to keep it fair. We'll tally the votes at the end. We might need a recount.
But yeah, they can see the votes after they voted anyway.
Right, but
yeah, they already
after
voted.
they vote.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Good point. Go ahead and oh shoot, I gotta put it up again. So what's up, man? How are you doing today?
Yeah, it'd probably help if you put up the vote thing again.
Yeah, I gotta put it up. That's what I'm gonna do. Maybe. Just maybe. It might help if I put it up again.
You're kind of just oh guys.
I'm okay with it saying I'm okay with it being there.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
I'm really okay with the way it's right now. That's okay with me.
Yeah.
So what
hey,
title?
a win is a win, baby.
What title does one get at the end of the season?
We haven't discussed that.
Yeah,
We haven't decided what the end of the season is.
You guys should come up with that because it's sort of like an end game to this.
Well, what does season be? And maybe like for every season we do different things.
Yeah. Make it a ritual.
Yeah. Okay, so how about we do to the new year?
All right.
And then we'll pick something new in January.
All right.
Was it weekly frequency every week?
Yeah, every week. Every Wednesday.
That sounds good.
Yeah. And so far, so what do you guys think, guys? What do you guys think about the quality of the articles? Did we do a little better this week than we did last week? Or was last week a little better? Or what do you guys think? Let us know.
Oh God, I can't remember last week.
You can't remember last week?
I can't even remember yesterday.
What's up, Mrs. Jarhead?
Hey, Mrs. Jarhead.
There's the poll for everyone's coming in. He is a good roaster.
Yeah, I missed that.
Hey, Sasquatch. Hey, now.
All right, guys, come on. I need some votes here. This week's articles were better. All right. I think me and Kenny both, put in some more effort this time.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, definitely.
Like it's stopping at 20, it's looking like.
Yeah, that's not good for me. Come on, guys. I need at least 7 more votes.
Hey, Living. If you guys want to join, I don't want to copy and paste again because I have the poll. But if you guys want to jump on the panel, I think I fixed it to where it should be !panel, and it should bring it up. I think I fixed it. I think I did it. I did it way earlier in the day. That's right, I did.
Mm-hmm.
I made sure to fix that bot this time. I want to be prepared. Well, the point is, the both titles, you guys weren't supposed to vote on the ones we both had titles on.
Right.
No, that's not me. That's Jason. See? Jason's driving. Then you got Chucky. Then you got Freddy. Michael Myers is hanging out in the back, and that's Leatherface.
Let's keep that straw poll link up there. I'm keeping that up there for the peeps.
What's up, Jimmy?
G'day, Kenny.
Hey,
Did you vote? Did you vote, Jimmy?
Yeah, I voted for you.
Oh, Jimmy.
Oh, well, you won last week. Don't be greedy.
He said that be
Keep shit fair.
Everyone has a different voting style,
Hey, Kenny, what happened to Chamaha? Why did he get arrested?
I haven't seen the video, so I don't even know.
Failure to ID, disorderly conduct, and something else.
Awesome.
Oh, Power Wagon's here. He's probably voting for Taco. He's probably trying to find a way to vote for him 5 times. Goddamn Power Wagon. Douchebag. I'm going to get extra good citizen in here just to talk to you, just for that.
So he was being his usual self again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, Jimmy.
Oh, stupid is as stupid does.
Hey, come on. There's none of that. Just let's see how it goes. And Taco's all day. Taco's been going into chat saying, "I'm gonna kick Kenny's ass. Make sure you guys vote for me."
I'm talking about Omaha. Kenny, I'm talking about Omaha.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Omaha's a fucking idiot.
Oh, that's a good point. Did anyone ask for proof that Kenny had the same headlines?
This was not rigged. Oh, okay. So what? You want the new rule? Next week it doesn't matter.
Yeah, next week it doesn't matter.
You know what? It's not a trust factor, but I think that's legit since this is a competition. If you already have that headline, you should share your screen and show it as well.
You're right. Absolutely.
Just to make it legit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So mine all count, guys, and take that into notice with your vote. There should be a way to change your vote.
Hey, what coincidence?
Oh, Power Wagon voted for Kenny. After all the crap you gave him, he voted for you.
That boy, Kenny.
All right, on Power Wagon.
Hey, the thing about the Bears.
The Democrats were to vote tonight.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So Kenny, is Mrs. Jar doing backflips at Omaha got arrested again?
I don't know. Maybe Jarhead is
his biggest fan.
Is she doing backflips? I know she did. They had a live stream today. I was a part of that. It was kind of fun.
Who had a live stream?
Cool. Mrs. Jarhead.
Oh, nice. I missed it.
Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to her. She has some good stuff. Her goats are awesome. She actually said that she actually had she went to a goat chat, somebody that did goats, and she asked them for advice, and they said they didn't help other channels. Like, what the fuck? Who says that?
Kenny, I want to point out that Jarhead B also said he gave you a sympathy vote.
Huh.
Oh God! No one asked for a goddamn sympathy vote.
You know what? A
But I'll
vote is a
take
vote.
So
Yeah, I'll
Exactly.
take it,
you've had
though.
like at least
Exactly.
you've had at least like 8 sympathy votes here.
Now you're campaigning for votes after the ballots have been cast.
I have no problem with that.
Jimmy,
Last week.
they said that it was another channel, I can't remember who, but they said that basically Bronson was recording across the street, and it was one of those situations where they were trying to create content. Right.
Yeah, Omaha was arrested because he was crawling on the ground.
Yeah, they said he was crawling on the ground again, Jimmy. And Bronson was across the street filming it, so he has the video.
I heard Bronson left him in the jail too. Didn't give a rat's about bailing him.
Now, listen, again, the argument is going to be, but it's legal to crawl on the ground, right? I get that. But it's like, come on, it's nighttime. They said he was fully masked, militia type clothing again, and you're crawling on the ground at nighttime. It's like, come on, like, what the fuck, And then he gets. I'm sorry, Kenny, but then he gets upset. He gets upset at his supporters for not donating to bail him out. It's like, dude, you do something fucking stupid, and you want your supporters to bail you out for that stupidity. And then he goes on a tangent about suing and this and this. It's like, dude, you need funds to sue. You need money to sue. Because we know you're not going to be able to do it on your own.
Well,
So it's just getting annoying, and I'll be the first one to raise my hand and tell you that I did support Omaha back in the days, and I never gave up on him. Like I was hoping that he would see the light, so to speak. Right? Shame on me, and I'm just frustrated with it, Kenny.
And I understand your frustration. I'm frustrated with him too. But me personally, I don't want to give up on him yet because he's still young. I mean, if he's still doing this stupid shit when he's Josh's age or when he's Chuck Bronson's age or any Brian's age or whoever's age, then yeah, lost cause. But he's not even 25 yet, right? I don't think.
Hey Kenny, I think I have Omaha's arrest. I think.
Yeah, it's on Chuck Bronson's channel.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll check it out. Hold on, let me. All right, so you want to just go ahead and call it?
Let me see the vote. Yeah, it's not happening. I concede. I won't trump this and hold out.
Kenny,
remember that I won't hold out and do what you did last week.
Oh, I didn't, and I didn't. I lost. What are you talking about? Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, but you're like, oh, it's coming back. It's coming back.
I also wasn't I also wasn't campaigning for votes during the voting process. Like
you were.
No, I wasn't. Anyway, so here's the final vote. We are tied at 1 apiece, 1-1 after week 2. So week 3 is a big one, and I'll get to go first.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool.
That's a big thing for you too.
It will be actually, so I'm kind of happy about that. All right, so where's the video then?
Asian.
Yes, Josiah.
I have no.
I just want to say that Omaha is a good kid, but he's bipolar, and you can never win an argument with a bipolar person. You can't tell them to do anything. I have a cousin who's 58. And his entire life, from the time he was a little kid until now. I mean, he's done stupid ass things, got himself arrested, got himself fired, one into the unit. I mean, there's no talking to him. But like with Omaha, even Joe Cool has given up. Like Joe Cool says, I'm not going to pay his bail. Like he gets arrested every other week. Why should I be paying his bail? And then like you said, he gets mad at his supporters for not donating money. He had over $1,000 in cash. He could pay his own bill.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Ready.
Okay. I already fast forward through the garbage of stuff that they were doing beforehand that had nothing pertaining to the arrest.
So, this is a release.
No, this is the release. This is
I see, but I see what you have up on the screen. Okay, go ahead.
All right, you guys ready?
Listen,
Is there a place where I can get like a full list of all the officers? You have it on your website?
I don't believe so. You can come and talk to the chief.
Why is she so fucking far away? I don't know why they do that to him.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Lay on the ground.
Oh, they didn't shoot him, bugger.
Lay on the ground. Put your hands behind your back.
Oh, he's fucking crazy, man. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Is that him yelling?
Yeah.
Kenny, there's not enough Tasians.
Yeah, that kind of can be a good thing because we don't want to get them money.
Listen.
You turn up the volume, Taco?
It's up all the way.
Right or wrong, perception is reality.
There it is. He's a black man.
Oh, did you hear that? Rolling around on the ground.
Yeah.
Since if all the cops say he does that, I mean, can it really be a lie?
No.
In this case, it's not even the cops. They said that somebody called it in, that somebody was lying on the ground, rolling on the ground.
And notice how Chuck's video started
doesn't show that. Yeah, doesn't show that at all.
It's edited, obviously.
Yeah, that's a good point. He's not going to show him rolling on the ground.
No, because it defeats the purpose.
Perception is reality.
Absolutely.
Who the fuck rolls around on the concrete ground
in the cold?
In the cold, like seriously, come on.
In front of the gas station.
With your hoodie up in militia clothing.
But guys, let's not forget, this is retaliation from them going into the police office.
Again, all legal. All legal. I get it. You have the right to do that. But perception is reality. Come on, give me a fucking break.
Well, they're spinning their narrative. That's for sure.
Jeff, Omaha he's being arrested right now. And there's a bunch of cops around. And I think he's probably looks like he's being searched. It's hard to tell. It's Chuck Bronson's camera. And you know how they like to stand really far away from Omaha when Omaha gets in trouble. So that's what's happening, which is why you can't really hear Omaha that well right now, because Chuck is so fucking far away. And the cop again said what most cops say when Omaha's present, that he was rolling around on the ground.
And he had his hands in his pocket.
Yep.
How is this bridging the gap?
And he ran out into the street when I told him to stop.
How is this bridging the gap towards 1A? civil rights.
Not.
It's not. It's destroying it.
Yeah.
It's just clicks and views, as Power Wagon just said.
Yep.
This is where my frustration is, Kenny.
Oh yeah.
Asian, if you want to donate money to get whatever brains in his head removed and put one that works in.
Right.
That's what he needs. And he'll come in next week or a few days, Kenny. Oh, they mistreated me. They did that. It's be some big narrative against the cops.
I should kind of want to talk to him next time again because I want to see what he has to say. When you bring to it, it's like if it walks and talks like a duck, maybe it is a duck sort of thing. If all these cops are telling us that this is what you're doing, and you're telling us that it's not what you're doing, we're supposed to believe you over 5, 10, 15, 20 police officers? Hey, look, Taco, what's it say down there at the bottom again? What's it say? What's it say there? What's the score?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It says, shush and watch.
KKTV 1, Taco Josh 1.
Tied up, baby.
And Kenny, he'll come up and say, oh, it's not illegal to crawl on the ground, and it's not illegal to wear a hoodie. It's not illegal to have your hands in your and maybe it is, but it's bloody suspicious and it's stupid and it's going to get him shot, and that's what you can't get through his thick head.
Not only that, you are looking to make a scene, and you want the police to arrive. You want the police to treat you a certain way for the clicks and the views, and he will not admit that at all.
Kenny, you see Robert Caslow's question in chat? So Omaha got arrested on purpose? Question mark, question mark, question mark. I'd like to answer that real quickly. I'm not sure if of course he didn't want to get arrested on purpose. But again, as a 1A auditor, where's the value of doing this? There's obviously a gas station there. What the fuck is he doing rolling around on the concrete floor? Like, what is the purpose of auditing there? So again, I don't think he was intending to get arrested, but maybe he wants content, right? I mean, I don't see a post office. I don't see any government building on this intersection except the gas station, and this is where he's being arrested. So, like, what the fuck? What are you doing?
And Hope, Happy, and I'm right with you. And I've actually tried to talk to different auditors to try and see if they would be able to take him under their wing, so to speak. A few of them just won't have the patience for it. I'm hoping Joe will, because Joe Cole would have the patience to do it. Joe will teach him a few things. So
actually, can I reply to that, Robert Caslow? The same one you replied to, Asian. I've got a slightly. Yes, he did get arrested on purpose, because anyone normal knows if you're going to roll around on the ground, act like a pork chop, dress the way he's dressed in front of the police, you're going to be arrested.
Asian is correct. Perception is everything. If you or Asian or anyone or I saw a man dressed like that rolling around in the dark in front of our house, we'd call the cops.
But the thing is, it looks like a pretty busy intersection. Yeah. So if you're doing that on the concrete floor in a busy intersection like that, of course people are going to call 911 and report it. And if they're reporting that they see a black man in militia-style clothing, fully masked, rolling on the floor, how do you think the police officers are going to initially respond to that call?
Yeah,
perception is fucking reality, and then you're going to just bust out your camera saying it's my right to film, but what the fuck are you filming right now in the middle of an intersection next to a gas station?
No, he wasn't naked. No, he's in his normal military type style, rolling around again. I mean, come on, Nolan. I mean,
what is the intent?
Would have to admit.
What is the intent?
Yeah. No, even you would have to admit, like, after 20 police officers, 20 people saying Omaha rolls around, and Omaha tells you he's not rolling around, who are you going to tend to believe? The 20 people or just Omaha? You know what I mean? So it's the way he does it. He's looking for clicks and views, and yeah, he was arrested.
And Noli, for the record, originally when I came into the community, I supported Omaha. I was subscribed. I even donated to him. But after all these months of watching him and the decisions he chooses to make, and Kenny knows this. Kenny and I have had direct conversations about Omaha because I think we both align that he's young. We rather try and support him, sort of like see the light. But at this point, Noli, I'm just absolutely frustrated with this guy after this latest incident. I just don't see the value in doing this.
Oh no! Apparently, Noli just wants to see some naked Omaha. Maybe we could. Well, Omaha's looking for a woman to hook you up. He's looking.
See, what we don't see, Asian, is how long they were there prior, what they're doing prior, and then they probably got being ignored by police or just not getting a response. So then why don't you do your usual Omaha trick, Omaha, and crawl along the ground, act like a freaking moron to get attention?
Well, in the beginning of the video, Jimmy, it was them at the firehouse looking at all the windows, at the police station looking at all the office windows, and all of that, even before they went into the police station. But if you want to see how Omaha.
Now, is that auditing? Is that auditing?
Of course not.
But if you want to see how Omaha acts with Chuck Bronson.
Hey guys, I'm going to step down. I'm going to switch to my cell phone.
Good job tonight, Taco.
Taco.
Yeah. Congratulations, Kenny.
So is that in any way auditing? Going through all the windows and snooping around the outside and all that. It's not. It's provocation.
Yeah, it's a tactic being used in order to generate content.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. And it backfired on them this time around. And as far as like trying to support him, I absolutely tried to psychologically like help him and see it from a different perspective. But you know what? At the end of the day, you can only lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Robert, it's hard to really say why he was arrested, because unfortunately the only video we're seeing is so far away. We're not really getting every single word in what Omaha said, how he, did he walk up on the cops like he normally does? You know how he likes to walk right up to him and get close. So I mean, it's hard to say why he did get him. No, actually he did. He was walking on because they were backing up. Yeah, we're seeing that part. Yeah, so he's doing the same shit he did. The cops come to investigate a freaking. For all they know, he's a lunatic.
Go over to Paulie's channel, and Paulie played the video of Omaha ranting at his subscribers, and he's not going to show the video because
I want to see that. I'm gonna look. I want to watch that now. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's on. Just go to Paulie's channel because I don't know if Omaha posted it or not. The rant, but it's a terrible rant.
Let's see,
he's 25 years old. He knows what he's doing. He's not just being used. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Was it live?
Yes, it was live. That's why I don't think it's up. It would have come up in mine because I subscribed to Omaha just to see it.
All right, so I just gotta find. Do you know a timestamp?
No. Well, you just go until we stop talking. Because Tim and I are on the panel, and so is Peanut or 1-1.
All right.
No, but Asian has, talked to him. Joe has talked to him. You have talked to him, Kenny.
All right, you ready? Here we go.
Just push it over till we start. Bring it back.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me, Andrew.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm glad you're doing better than last night. Or the night before, I think it was. I don't know. Okay, Paulie, what's the scoop?
I don't know. Let's check in with our good friend Omaha.
Oh God.
He's out of jail and he's pissed off, evidently.
Well, he's probably pissed off at me.
He's pissed off because no one donated money.
Tell me if you can hear this. Can you hear it?
I won't take the risk.
Could you hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we
I
can
won't
hear
take
you.
no more risk. Like, I'm done with all that. All right, because obviously you guys didn't want to donate. Obviously, you guys didn't want to fucking donate. All right, but yet you guys want to release the video. Well, there's one part Chuck released his video. You think I'm gonna release mine? Mine has the best version. Obviously, I'm the fucking one because I got the whole fucking thing on film. All right, and you want me to release it like that? I fucking you want, but you didn't fucking donate to the bond. If everybody donated $5, I could have fucking been out. And if you tell me you couldn't do that, then you're lying. And I'm not mad. Like I said, the fact is, now I know what I need to do. I'm taking deals. And if you don't like it, unsubscribe.
Did he just threaten them and say, I'm going to take deals now? He really did, didn't he?
Hey, Kenny.
Wow. Yeah.
I have something to say real quick. Chuck even said when he got out of jail, right when he got out of jail, Chuck told him that he told those subscribers to hold off on donating because they didn't know the exact bail amount or anything like that. So that's why they didn't donate. So I don't know
why the fuck? So then why the fuck is Chuck not setting him straight instead of letting him talk to the subscribers like that?
I don't know, but that's what he said in his previous live before this.
Look at Chuck right here. He's looking like just oblivious to the thing. Like seriously?
Yeah.
If he told him, why did he let him know that? Hey, Omaha, maybe you should lighten up on your people. I told him not to fucking donate. And said no. He's doing what he fucking does whenever he goes and films with Omaha. He's sitting in the back, letting Omaha take all the heat. Bullshit.
Yep.
And Chuck had vouched for his bail bond. So the onus is on Chuck now.
That's bullshit.
Click the unsubscribe button and get the fuck out. Appreciate you, Roman. Appreciate you, man.
But to be fair, he shouldn't be pissed off because no one's donating either. I want to make that clear. I'm not saying he has any right to be mad. He has no right to be mad. He shouldn't expect any money from anyone. No one on YouTube should expect money from anybody at all. That's just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same guy who
You're blocked, dude. I don't know. You just go ahead and talk shit. I'm just gonna block people, man. There ain't no more in this channel. You just gonna talk.
But guys, he doesn't block people. Remember, he came out here telling people he doesn't block anyone. But we just heard him say what? What did he say, guys? I'm gonna block people. Easy.
I don't want to hear. I didn't know you did this. I didn't know this. I thought you was. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Why would I lie about going to fucking jail? You could have looked me up and said I was, and see that it was true. I'm not last days of fucking freedom, dude. All right. I took away my PayPal link because I didn't want to ask for donations anymore. But I would at least fucking think that when it comes down to it.
Wait, so let me get this straight. He's mad that he got no donations, but he got rid of his PayPal link so someone can't send donations. But he's mad because no donations came in. Does that make any sense to anybody?
Only him. Yeah, only him. Only him.
I mean, seriously. And look at his face. He's so pissed too. Look at him.
Does this guy have psychiatric problems?
Yes. We know he's bipolar.
He's bipolar.
Okay, obviously he's not taking his medication.
Oh my God.
This is man.
Listen, logically speaking, you're a 1A auditor and you're bipolar and you're not taking your medicine. Like, really? Are you really trying to set yourself up to lose here? Like, really? Like, fucking so frustrating to hear this shit.
It's amazing if Asian. How you doing, by the way?
Hey, what's up?
If he's not taking his medication, I mean, I'm surprised these police departments haven't Section 12 him yet. It
They're
just
not
amazes me.
psychiatrists.
So I don't know.
Just because you're bipolar doesn't mean you're stupid. This guy's stupid.
No, I have PTSD, anxiety, depression, and bipolar. I take my medication every day, and I'm doing great.
Yeah.
And bipolar, you can be extremely intelligent. This guy is a moron.
No, no,
and he will
I don't
not
think
take advice.
No, he won't,
don't
Jimmy. You're
think
right. He
he's-
doesn't. He won't take advice.
I don't think he's stupid. I think he just wants to please everybody, and that's what he's attempting to do. He's trying to please people he's going out and auditing with. They say, "Well, hey, why don't you do this?" He's like, "Oh, all right, man, I'll do it." And I don't think he's stupid. I just think
Kenny,
he really
I've got to
wants to fit
disagree,
in.
mate. When
I
you
think he wants
crawl
to fit in.
along the ground with the stocking on your head in army camos, and then you charge at a cop with your hands in your pocket, that's what he did with Josh. Now, he's done something similar tonight or last night, whatever this was, and he's done it before. That is stupid. It's a stupid thing to do. You will get shot at some point. One of these cops won't play and will pop him 7 in the chest. It is stupid. And
That's what he's
been
looking for.
told and told and told and told.
Jimmy, that's what he's looking for. He's looking for the he's looking for the payday. That's what he's looking for. It's the payday.
Good payday when you're dead.
He can't get the payday because he doesn't have the resources to follow suit. To fulfill the process, like as far as filling out the complaint, hiring a civil services lawyer, all that, he can't do any of that. He doesn't have
And
the
he
resources.
also can't get the payday because the cops go through his history, see all the film of him doing this time and time again, and say he's got form.
It's a catch-22 for him right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the end of the day, you see some other examples. I mean, he drives around with a broken windshield. He doesn't put his tags on his car. I mean, just little things like this, and he wants to know why he gets pulled over all the time when he's driving.
I hate to interrupt, guys. I hate to interrupt, guys. So let's finish this real quick, and then we can continue our conversation.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's proof that I was in jail. That you would fucking donate something. What if I got killed? What if they try to kill me in jail?
Well, then the
And I
money.
didn't get booked in for 7 fucking hours.
The money wouldn't have mattered.
Oh, in jail. Oh, we're gonna book you in an hour. I didn't get booked in for 7 hours. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. The fact that I didn't get booked in for 7 hours. But he went live on his shit. You knew I was in jail. So don't fucking go there and say you didn't. So don't fucking tell me how you doing and hey, how you been? Now fuck you.
Oh my God.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck the people who didn't donate, dude. Remember this.
I blame his supporters.
I will take deals. I will do what I do now. I will not risk. They make the sacrifices because you guys are not willing to chip in when needed. Now I'm not asking for money all the fucking time. All right. But when you're,
Omaha, I gave you nothing.
Fighting for your rights is in jail for a crime he didn't commit, and you see the video and it shows him innocent, you choose not to donate. You choose to dude, stop calling my fucking phone. You're blocked. Stop calling my fucking phone, dude. I don't know if you're a troll or not. I don't give a fuck. I'm fun to block your ass, dude.
Hasty, rash.
Stop fucking calling me, dude.
If only the cops could block him, right?
No, I'm gonna change my number, dude. The fact is this, guys. Being falsely accused. Being falsely accused of something I didn't fucking do. Right? And then going to jail, and then you guys don't want to donate.
Who's the guy next to him?
You guys didn't want to donate. No, you shut the fuck up and fucking go and go.
That's Chuck Bronson. Chuck Bronson.
Fucking go.
That's it.
All right. Well, shit. Well, now, why again? If what everyone is true, like you said, like the police source watchers, you're saying that they told them to hold off on the thing because you don't know how much the fine is. I mean, I get that. That makes sense. Why the fuck wouldn't Chuck let him know this before he goes off? Because obviously, before he went live, I'm sure Chuck had an inkling of what he was going to go on live and say, right? I mean, it's fair to say he was pretty worked up. I'm sure Chuck knew that he was going to go on and kind of go off kilter like that. Why wouldn't Chuck say, "Hey, Omar, I told them to wait because we didn't know what the thing was." But then again, maybe he did do it, but because of his bipolarism, he just still was like going up that elevator, and there was no stopping that elevator going all the way up to that top floor. That could be too possible.
Hey, Kenny.
Yeah.
You know how he's crying about the whole 7 hours?
Yeah.
He was in jail for 7 hours before being booked in. Well, I was in jail for 15 hours before being booked in. And I mean, I got zero in donations, and he's getting some donations. He has no right to complain whatsoever.
Well, he shouldn't be expecting donations from people. He's supposed to be doing this because
Exactly.
he's supposed to be doing this because he's an activist. He's supposed to be doing this because he wants change. If you want change, first of all, if you're going to do what you do, you should have some sort of financial backing. Maybe even as financial backer, like some rich freaking Uncle Tom or Uncle Bob or Aunt Gertha or whatever, Bertha or whatever. You should have somebody. You should have somebody that has that financial backing. That way, you're not relying on because this. And we're in COVID times. Not everyone has money to just fucking shit out.
Oh no!
Hang on, Ken. Well, am I missing something here? Didn't he say if you lot expect me to do this and get arrested, that he expects them to bail him? Or did I get that wrong?
No, that's what he said. That's what he said.
Yep.
So he's doing this on purpose to get arrested, and then he expects his fans to cough up the cash for bail.
Yep.
That's what it's sounding like. That's exactly what it's sounding like.
And then he's having a hissy fit because they didn't.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
That's exactly what's going on here.
Where the fuck does he get off demanding money off subs?
Yep.
This guy's ego is out of control. This guy's got a massive ego on him.
I hear the frustration in Asian's voice, and I understand that frustration. But Omaha is like, I had a teacher that I worked with who was very stubborn, and if you told him don't open that door, he'll open that door. If the gates of hell were on the other side of that door, he would open that door.
Yeah. And Josiah, a little frustrated this evening with him because, again, to my earlier points, I subscribed to him early on. I've donated to him. I've had conversations with him and email exchanges with him. So just putting my time and effort into him and just seeing him do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And then to Jimmy's point, flipping the script when he does something absolutely stupid and gets arrested, right or wrong, gets arrested, and then basically throws his supporters under the bus and gets irate about it. Like, it's just not fucking logical, and it's frustrating for someone like me to have to experience this. And I think to a certain degree, I'm entitled to share my opinions, and I appreciate Kenny for allowing me on panel to do so because of those circumstances that I just mentioned, right? I supported this guy at one time.
Yeah, but you grew up also in Brooklyn, so you know what it is. I mean, you know what the streets of Brooklyn were like when you were a kid.
Oh, absolutely. And being Asian, first generation, growing up in the streets of Brooklyn in the 80s and the 90s, it was an uphill battle, to say the least.
Yeah. And here's the thing is, I don't know. Maybe I'm more upset with Chuck Bronson in this incident than anyone else is, because it's just like you're enabling this behavior.
Exactly.
you're not fixing you're not fixing a situation. That whole live stream could have been completely avoided.
Well,
if Chuck would
Kenny,
have said something.
why is how come whenever Omaha gets arrested, they're always like 500 feet back? That's my question. They're always like 500 feet back.
What do you mean?
Shit. I
Is that
noticed
a what,
that they're
Matty
always
Part
far
of it?
away when Omaha's arrested. They're always far away while he gets arrested.
It's
Oh
like
yeah, oh no, absolutely,
throwing.
yeah.
It's like throwing a.
Like I'd be right up there, like shit.
No, it's like casting bait. You put the bait on the hook and then you throw it in the pond. That's what they do. They throw Omaha. They're back, 100 feet from where the line hit the water, and they're waiting for the tug. So
They don't want to get done for guilty by association.
And I tried to bring that up to Omaha and say, ask these people why they're so far away from you. Why are they denying they even knowing you? Like Extortion Watchers, when he was out there with you, where was he? He was right up there, nose to nose with you, elbow to elbow with you. If something went down, Extortion Watchers would have been right there. He would have been arrested right along with you. He wouldn't have pulled a Patty and say, "No, Selena, you don't need to get arrested." And Selena, because Selena got arrested when he didn't. And he wouldn't be like Josh or Chuck or News of New England being 500 feet away from him, watching that happen, And at least in Josh's defense, he got some money for him when he got bailed out when he didn't even admit it. Chuck's telling people, hold up, and then not even coming clean and saying, yeah, I told them to hold on because we weren't sure of the thing. Like, shit, chill the fuck out, Omaha. Grow a pair for a second. And Omaha would be like, all right, you right. No, Omaha, he would be like, all right, I get it. And we would have never had that live stream. We wouldn't be talking about it here and now. And we wouldn't be, just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
If I was Omaha's subs, Kenny, if I was Omaha's subs, I'd unsub and tell them to get stuff. You did the dumb shit. You went out of your way. You provoked an incident. You got your ass arrested. Why the hell should I pay for it?
And you know what, Jimmy, you make another good point. As a supporter, like I kind of blame them too for donating after all of these types of episodes, because really all you're doing at that point is enabling him.
Yeah,
That's
to
all
do
you're
the
doing.
next
It's
stupid
like
act.
enabling a drug addict or an alcoholic, right?
Mm-hmm. Just
is it like a bloody
super frustrating?
Ken, it's like a bloody chatterbait without the porn. Throw a couple bucks in or dance in front of the bloody cop like a little monkey, like a trained monkey, then throw a few more in and I'll do backflips, and throw a few more in and I'll start jumping on the bonnet of their car and doing really stupid shit.
You're right. What you want me to go tell that you next thing he's gonna go, you want me to tell that cop to go fucking I don't answer questions? $5 donation right here, right now. I can see it now. God. Hey, maybe that's a new business model for you, Extortion Watchers.
I know, you could organize this, you can make some money out of this.
Yeah, if
you did it that way,
chatterbait. Yeah, you could.
On Chuck Bronson's station.
Glenn would go extreme for you.
Yeah, on Chuck Bronson's channel. The only way you get a wrench is if you join and pay to get the wrench. So
yeah,
Chuck's
that's horrible. Crazy. Well, doesn't Omaha charges $5 to get on his panel? Apparently, even though I've been on there twice and I didn't have to pay anything, so that was kind of cool.
Well, he doesn't make me pay anything either.
Well, that's good.
I wouldn't go there if you paid me.
Well, why don't you come on up, Resistance? We could have a chit chat with you, but you won't come up. But I'm just throwing it out there for you if you want to.
Oh God.
Yeah, he won't come up, but that's okay. But anyway, yeah, I just really hope before something seriously bad happens to him, because as much as I enjoy the content with him, and I don't want to see him killed in the line for nothing, essentially. I wouldn't wish that upon any human.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's where he is heading.
I know, and I'm hoping maybe someone, gets a message to him and lets him know that it's not worth it in the end. It's just not worth it.
Well, were you on Kate's panel the other night when Felipe Hemming was on there?
I saw it. I didn't go up there, but yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, well, you heard Felipe Hemming say that he went out of his way to get Omaha out of jail, and that Omaha has a lot of issues, and he tried to help him, but that didn't work out.
Yeah.
I mean, if you and Asian and Joe Cool can't get to him, Jimmy or, myself or Karl or Police De-Escalation Task Force, he's not going to listen to us.
Mm-hmm. Resistance, unless you were in the army, don't call me your battle buddy, because that's an army thing. So please, unless you were if you're in the army, then hey, whatever. But for real, seriously,
respect the vets, bloke.
Please, thank you.
Exactly. Oh damn.
Kenny, I'm gonna pop off, mate. I've got a couple of things I need to do. Thanks for having me up. Love you all. Love chat. Yep. Have a good day, guys.
Anytime, man.
Hey, Jimmy. Bye-bye.
Night, Jimmy.
So, just like I said, I just really hope he does get some into it. I mean, unfortunately, I think what's going to need to happen is that there needs to be some sort of intervention. Maybe with his family and some friends, they need to have some sort of intervention. Maybe you think they're even aware of what he's doing or the style he does it in?
I don't know. All I know is that when he filled out the bail papers today, he only has one parent alive. Because Chuck Bronson was the other person who had to be put on the bail papers. As I don't know, what would you call it? I've never had bail. Like another person that they can go to. And he had to give up tons. I mean, you have to give up tons of information when you go on bail. I didn't realize that either.
Yeah. So he also said that Omaha gets a government check because he is globally challenged. I don't know about all that, but
yeah, Kenny, that's confirmed.
Is it?
Yeah, I spoke to Omaha about that. He's mentioned it.
Oh, okay.
He gets a monthly check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then he really doesn't need to be out here doing this.
Oh, but it's never enough. I mean, I'm not defending by saying that.
I know you're not. I know you're not.
It's never enough.
I know you're not. I know you're not. But just
I forgot what the classification was. Disability or something along those lines. I can't remember. But I did hear it from his mouth, so I'm just confirming.
And he has access to all the medical needs that he has. He has access to them.
But anyway, Resistance, just you are here. Maybe some real talk with you for a minute. If you could, I don't know if you are actually in contact with Omaha Cop Block or not, but I really think he could use a friend and someone that's not trying to see him hurt or using him for content or something like that. Like I'm sure
asshole he is.
But I'm sure, even though I don't agree with what you do and no one really on this channel does, I don't think you're the type of person that if you went out auditing with him, you wouldn't be out 500 feet away from him. You'd be right there with him. And he needs to hang out with more people that are willing to do that with him and not people that are just looking to let him go through the fire so they can get the content. And I think that will really, really help him because he's young and he's influenceable, and he definitely needs some guidance. And again, I don't agree with what you do necessarily, but at the same time, I know you wouldn't sit there and you wouldn't leave him out hanging to dry. So, Well, no, I'm just saying as a fact of I know he wouldn't leave him out to dry. I don't agree with what he does or how he does it. Anyway.
Does anyone?
Exactly. Someone's not trying to profit off of it. Precisely, Kinder.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. Sorry, Karl. Go ahead.
Does anyone know what to you about the stupid thing I did?
What?
Yeah. I was on a live stream of this Generation Nation and Devon Rayford was on there talking all this bullshit. Have you seen it?
No, is it the latest one, Jimmy? I mean, not Jimmy, Karl.
I don't know. Anyway, he challenged somebody to get up on panel with him, and like a stupid fool, I did. I got on the panel, but I didn't get actually on with him. I got backstage. And after I did, like, oh my God, I dropped off because I felt so violated. I'm telling you, I felt so dirty. I had to sit in a cup of bleach. And listen, not the half of it. And after that, I shaved all my fur off. I still don't feel right. But after that, is Mr. or Mrs. J around?
I don't see her.
Mr. J was here earlier.
No, he's still Mr. J.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
He's still here. Mr. J is still here. Mrs. J might be sleeping. No, she's still sick.
Oh, jeez. Tell her to thank her goats. I had to go out and make myself a coat of goat hair.
There you go.
And stuff it with home insulation. Just don't tell Lil Fight for him. I stole insulation from him.
You stole insulation from Vilified Freedom.
Yeah, I didn't have a choice. Yeah, it was freezing.
Hey, Kenny, let me know. It's okay to chime in here.
Go ahead, Asian.
I was just monitoring the chat, and again, Robert Caslow. Apologies if I'm butchering that. He's asking some interesting questions. So, like, 10:37 is the time.
Let me go see. Well,
yeah. Is it verified that other channels use Omaha for their content? Well, I don't know specifically, but I know of 2 other specific instances that have been recorded where they actually claim it was staged to essentially get police to respond to Omaha so they could film it, so they could generate content. One was specifically Josh AFA when they filmed Omaha. I can't remember when he came up to the Northeast. in front of the jewelry store, and the owner stepped outside. The young lady. That one. That was
Okay, yeah.
one.
I remember.
Josh said on his channel, his video, that he was staying back to see how they would react to a black man filming in that town, because it was like a downtown with retail stores and things like that. So that was one example. And then the other example was when Omaha was with Brian NNE, and Omaha was filming the prison. Brian was sitting across the street watching. And I believe one of the officers stepped up to Brian and asked if he knew Omaha, and he said he didn't.
Yeah, but Asian, you remember that video clip where not clip, but the unedited version of where Josh was like walking up towards while Omaha was like doing his little thing in front of the cop. And Josh was like, "Oh my, what's going on here?" Like he had no idea what's going on.
That was that was the firehouse.
And he planned the whole goddamn thing.
Yeah.
In Omaha, you know, if you're listening, okay, guess what? Okay, Josh duped you. Okay, he made you look like an idiot.
Julie Parr's
There you go.
accountability report.
Sorry.
Yeah, and again, it's not necessarily verified, but when you look at everything, how a lot of people how a lot of people, when they film with him, how they conduct themselves during the audits, what they say, what they don't,
right,
compared to other people, you know, it's telling. And again, but still, you're right. It's not verified. It's still conjecture. It's still our opinion based on what we see. But I mean,
there are videos out there, Kenny. I mean, and there's another one, Asian, where he causes ruckus in the middle of a small town, and the whole police, and they were talking to him nicely, and he's going on and on and on and baiting them, and then who pulls up, and it's on video somewhere, and who pulls up in a car, and Omaha makes, I'm going to get an Uber, and who's the Uber? Josh and Chuck Bronson, and they laugh about it when he gets in the car. You know, there's just too many times.
You know, I mean, Chuck Bronson almost seems normal to me. Am I wrong?
Well, when he's by himself, he's very normal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Chuck Bronson likes to. But Chuck Bronson likes to do a lot of misinformation as well. So.
Yeah, he's using Omaha.
Okay.
He's using Omaha.
Yeah, he is. Well, come on. You see how far away in this video, how far away he was. He knew exactly what Omaha was doing. That was completely and utterly staged. If it wasn't staged, why would he be so fucking far away if they were just getting gas? You know what I mean? He wouldn't be across the fucking street. He didn't want the cops to know he was with him whatsoever.
Omaha wants to get shot by the cops.
I don't think he wants to get shot.
That's why I laid into him the other night. And that pisses me off. It's like, why would anyone want that?
That's our feeling, Jimmy. I don't think he really wants to get shot.
I don't think he wants to get shot either.
He just wants the attention. Yeah. It's attention that he wants, and for the clicks and views.
So he might be like one of these guys, like the first time he gets like shot in the foot, he'll be like, oh shit, this is fucking serious.
No, that's what Asian
I don't think
and Kenny are trying to stop is Omaha getting shot.
Yeah. That's the goal, but I mean, it's going to take more than what we can do. I think it's somebody that needs to be it's somebody he respects and somebody that he looks up to and someone needs to be with him like on a constant basis. Unfortunately,
And
he
if I could
needs
just
that.
and if I could just add to that, exactly, Kenny. I just want to gather my thoughts here because it's important to me. You know, this is not something that I'm trying to play around with, right? Because again, I
And
put I
Asian,
put it
Asian,
put it
out
in
of
my
respect to you, I'm going to mute myself because
no
I
no
appreciate
Tim,
what
hold
you
on.
have
Tim,
to
hold
say.
hold on, Tim.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just I was trying to gather my thoughts. My apologies. I'll chime back in.
No, please, source
Oh,
officer.
Asian, come on, man. It's okay.
He's give him a minute. Give him a minute.
Asian's upset.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
extortion
kidding?
officers now. You and Omaha have some history. You've done audits with him. You consider him a friend at one point. I'm not sure if you still do or if you don't. I'm not sure if you guys are still in contact, if you are by email or even whatever. But since and if you guys aren't, have you noticed a change in him over the past few months? And would you, if you have, would you see it's more of a positive change or more of like a negative kind of desperate change? What do you think?
I mean, I don't think he's changed one bit. He's been Omaha cop block for the longest time doing the same stuff. I mean, you know,
Fair enough.
It stems back for years, you know.
But
do you think he has does he have a death wish? Seriously.
He's just traveling more because cops know him down here, so they don't do as much. Now that he's traveling, he's getting more of a reaction out of him for the stuff he does.
Don't you think it's more when, like Chuck and say they enable his actions. They allow him to do that without total disregard for him being shot or losing his life.
Absolutely.
And Kenny, I don't know if you noticed, you know, obviously you put it up, but what the resistance said, and you know, I mean, we've actually spoken about him a few times. So, I mean, would it not be fair to allow him up on the panel?
He already, Tim, I'm on it. Don't worry, I'm on it. I already asked him, and he hasn't. There's a link. He can come up if he wants. He knows that already. He's already been told he can come up. If he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to. Don't worry, Tim. I'm on it. I got it.
All right.
I'm on hosting duties today. You're on hosting duties tomorrow. All right, relax a little bit.
All right. Okay. you know, the Stones can go on whenever they want to go on, right?
So, but yeah, no. But what he said was right on. He needs people that are going to be positive for him, and you know, people like that. I just want to shake them until they get it. You know, I think, and I know it's not the right thing to do, and it doesn't always work. Sometimes it pushes them further away from the goal that you want. But sometimes you just get so frustrated. It's like, stop being stupid. You know what I mean? But it's not always the best answer.
Hey, Kenny, you want to hear a funny story?
As long as it's not like 5 minutes.
It's not 5 minutes. Trust me. Well, I mean, actually, it took like.
Okay, just tell the story. Show the story.
All right. Anyway, you know, I'm in Boston in the combat zone one time years ago. Okay. And I'm walking to my car, and you know, there's a bunch of guys near my car. And so I'm going to get into my car, and one of them says,
"Where'd you park the car?"
Huh?
Where'd you park the car?
Oh, right on the street. I know, right? And anyway, so the guy says, you know, yo, give me your money. He was that straightforward. Give me your money. And I'm like, no. And then he's like, why? And I'm like, well, Because I just spent it over there. And I pointed at the bar, like across the street, and I'm like, so I don't have any. And he says, you're doing it, you're not giving me money because I'm black. And I'm like, no, I'm actually not giving you money because you're an asshole. Oh, that was the wrong thing to say. Oh, those guys, they actually hung me upside down against an AT&T building.
Jeez.
And they were shaking me like they could get change out of my pockets. And it was, oh my God.
Asian, you ready, buddy?
Yeah, Kenny, I'm sorry, man. I was just
No, dude. No apology. No apology.
in the spirit of transparency, man. I was smoking a fatty too while we were having.
Oh, there you go.
And, Josiah made an excellent point, and then you chimed in, and then I wanted to just add to that point,
and I added absolutely nothing to it, didn't I?
It's one of those things that just I went dark, man. And it just hasn't
good.
back.
It's all good. No worries.
But you're back now, right?
Oh, I'm here. I've always been here. I'm listening.
Oh man, he left without even saying bye. What's up with that? People leave without saying bye. They got to start saying, "Hey, I'm leaving," like Taco does. He says he's leaving. Everyone else just freaking like takes off and leaves. Next time, if you come up here, make sure you say bye next time you leave.
Yeah. Sometimes you're in a deep conversation on the panel. So if you
That's true. That's a good point.
Post something in the private chat,
That's a good point.
That's cool.
I didn't even check to see. Oh, I take that back. He posted in private chat.
There you go.
My bad.
There you go.
My bad. He did. He posted in private chat. Lemon Kush.
I enjoy the things you have to say, Asian. So please go ahead.
Lemon Kush is fastly becoming my favorite panelist guest. He always brings something really unique to each conversation, and he has a very great way of saying things, and he's very intelligent. And I'm just glad that he found the channel and he's coming on because his insights are greatly appreciated. And if you're listening, Lemon Kush, you do a great job. I hope to have you on more often because I think it's really a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah.
Just like it is with almost everyone here. There's one person that's, kind of.
I wonder who that is.
No, it's not you, Karl. It's Tim.
Oh!
Well, I was going to say I was going to say I concur with Kenny, but now I'm going to have to retract that based on his last statement.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. How's that feel, Kenny? Huh? How are you going to sleep tonight now? Ha, 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 ha.
Like a baby.
I enjoy talking to him as much as the rest of you humans. I use the term loosely.
Oh my God, with me?
No, the rest of them.
Oh, okay. How do you like that, Kenny?
And just put I will punctuate the statement with
So Source and Watchers, you been auditing recently or cop watching?
No, it's been pretty cold out lately. It's been pretty cold out.
You don't like to do it when it's too cold?
No, I'm not like a cold type person. I don't go out in like cold. When it gets summertime, I'll be back out there.
All you gotta do is get you a goose down jacket, and you'll be great. Goose down jacket, put on a beanie, you're straight.
Goose down.
Yeah, I should get back out there.
Get a goose down, man. You can go out there and I don't know, do some more cop watching and all that good stuff.
Why did I not think of that?
What, goose down?
Yeah.
Yeah, Goose Down's awesome. Goose Down keeps you warm too.
Oh yeah.
Except when they get a hole in them, then they get really messy. They suck. Emo sleeps like a baby who wears a diaper. What's the challenge you want, Resistance? He said he wants to pose a challenge. So what challenge? Is it a hot dog eating contest? Because I'm not very fond of hot dogs, so you probably win that one.
Challenge, huh?
Yes, challenge. I'm curious on what it is.
What's the prize?
I don't know I don't even know the challenge yet. We'll see. Maybe the prize will be, I don't know.
Do an audit from beginning to end, and I'll come up on the panel. Sounds like it's the challenge.
What do you mean do an audit? Actually perform an audit?
10:56 is the timestamp.
But technically, I mean, if you do an audit, the way you're supposed to observe. You can't make smart remarks and everything like that. And most likely, I mean, because they know you're auditing them, they're going to be on the best behavior.
Well, Driver's not Driver's kind of out right now. He's in a hospital, so that's not going to happen.
Oh
with him.
yeah.
And
what?
Yeah, Driver. He's been gone for a while. You haven't noticed he hasn't been here?
How is Driver?
Last time he's doing pretty good. Or he's still.
I thought I just drove him away like everybody else.
He's
Have
waiting.
a good night, Karen.
He's waiting to get consistent with some of his vitals, specifically around his heart, before he does gallbladder surgery.
He already had it on Tuesday.
And Resistance, actually, I don't do audits, but I do plenty of public photography, and not once have I had the police called on me, or has anyone asked me what I'm doing, or if I had any negative interaction, because I'm not pushing the issue. I'm not going about it looking like an ass. And I've done it good 6-7 times already, and not once has anyone said anything to me.
Although, Kenny, the last time you could have shoved like a bunch of rocks in your pants.
Those are some really nice rocks. Those are some really nice rocks.
Josiah, did you have an update on Diver?
Josiah,
he messaged me today.
Okay.
Told me that he's on solid foods because I DM him, and he's on solid foods for the first time since the surgery, and he's recuperating right now. We're still in the hospital though.
Oh, that's good news, though. Thank you for updating me. Yeah, he had DM'd me, I think, over the weekend or something like that.
Yeah.
What's DME?
Pardon?
What's DME?
DM is direct message.
I thought. I'm sorry, Kenny. I maybe I misunderstood. I thought you said that you heard he had DME over the weekend.
No, he DM'd him. Yeah.
Diver direct messaged me on Discord over the weekend.
Oh.
That's what I was trying to say in a
okay.
It's a nutshell, yeah, pretty much.
And Diver, Jimmy, direct messaged me today in my response to him, wishing him well in his recovery, and he told me what was going on. I was just passing that on to him.
What happened to Diver?
When next time you talk to him, let him know that we're thinking about him. We're keeping him in our prayers.
Diver's in the hospital?
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Kenny.
Damn, Tim, where have you been?
Kenny, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, just FYI, my friend.
Well, don't be so sure. Anyway.
You don't learn anything new if you do all the talking.
Please give him my best, please.
And tell him Karl misses him.
Yeah.
I will do
Here's
that tomorrow.
here's the thing, Resistant. I do go out and I do public photography. I don't do the typical auditing because first of all, I don't see a point in it. And as far as cop watching goes, no, I don't. I mean, I if I see something, if I see a cop doing something illegal, goddamn right, I'm going to film it. I'm going to make sure nothing happens wrong. Unfortunately, I haven't seen that. Personally, I haven't seen that, but I do go out and I do public photography. If you should subscribe, and the next time I go out, you'll see. I actually did one earlier today, this morning. If you want to go check it out, we were just out filming.
Yeah.
And didn't get bothered at all, dude.
Well, you were a little bothered by the bus, running next to
it was odd.
School. They were picking up kids.
It wasn't a school.
That's what they had to do,
It wasn't a school. It wasn't a school.
Oh, really?
No, it wasn't a school.
It looked
There's
like
no
it.
school. There's no school. No, I take that back. There's a school closer to Broadway, but we weren't that close to Broadway for that school to have been. And it's also a few streets down. Yeah, there was no school.
Okay. So, aren't you curious now? Why was that school bus there?
That's why I stopped and I said, "Hey, why is the school bus here?"
Yeah. I knew that's why you stopped. This is going to be an issue for you. You're going to follow that bus.
I didn't know, did I? I didn't know. I said, "Oh, look.
Not
well,"
today.
and I left. Yeah, I don't do audits. I do the public photography. Something that a lot of auditors claim they're just doing public photography. No, they're doing an audit. It's a little differently. I don't believe in the audits the way they're doing done, but I do think they can be done a certain way. You're not going to catch me doing one at all. But I'll do some public photography for sure. I ain't got no issue with that. Plenty of awesome murals in my town, and I enjoy showing people them because they're freaking pretty awesome. And there's some historical shit here like Sutter's Fort. I'm gonna show you guys that at some point too.
Actually, can I ask a question of everybody on the panel? Because obviously it seems like most of you guys are kind of, what do you call it, auditors. When you see somebody like ODing and something like that, is your first reaction to film it, or
Not
is your
even
first
close.
reaction to help?
Help.
Okay.
It's a rhetorical question.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Did you see the one
Yeah,
that Glenn
okay.
did? Did you see the video that Glenn did? That was disgusting.
Glenn who?
Sergio.
No, I didn't see it.
He filmed the victim of an overdose being brought out of an apartment building and placed on a gurney. And he has the man's picture as his page. I mean, as the thing for the video.
You said
disgusting.
You said Glenn?
Glenn Serio.
Yeah, Glenn Serio.
Oh,
I mean,
I thought
the
I saw-
situation was so serious. The situation was so serious that no one even bothered to tell him to get the fuck out of the way. They just wanted to get him in the ambulance.
I thought I just saw one with Rolando Bass, very similar to that.
Yeah, he has one where he's filming somebody, but if you hear in the video, he's talking about, hey, y'all need to give you some air, and he was trying to. It seemed like he was trying to help, but at the same time, I don't know why he would want to put that on. At the same time, there's no point in putting it on film either. I didn't think. I thought that was a bit overkill.
Or it's one thing to put it on film, but then to upload it to your YouTube channel.
There we go. That's true.
For all to consume is another level. Right? I mean,
Yeah.
you could use the filming piece as proof, evidence, defense. I mean, you name it, right? So at the end of the day, it might be a best practice in 2020 in this day and age. But at the end of the day, when you then upload it to your YouTube channel for the public to consume, that's where, in my opinion, violations are happening.
Absolutely.
From a morals perspective, right?
And actually, not only at least as far as YouTube's concerned, it might not just be moral anymore. It might be considered against
I mean,
TLS.
As a father, the first thing I always think about is what if that's my son, right? And he's filming my son and he uploads it to the YouTube channel for the public to consume. You know, as the father, to me, I would have fundamental issues with that, to say the least.
No,
Anybody would.
Adam, no, Glenn did it as well. Not only did Glenn do that, but he also filmed a dead body being rolled out too. Glenn's just a complete and utter jackass, distaste.
Again,
I words don't describe him.
What is the intent? What is the value that you're going to obtain from filming that type of situation?
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely.
There's no value to Glenn, period.
And one of the ambulance people walked right by Glenn and said to him, like, this man is having a medical emergency. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Bingo.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He just doesn't fucking care. His whole thing about getting on YouTube was getting back at some cops that gave him a fucking ticket, and he didn't fucking like the fact that he got a ticket. Then he realized he can make money by talking this way to cops because people find it entertaining, and they find it funny that he's doing this, and he's be able to get away with it. And that's what he's doing. He's not doing it for any kind of reason other than to be a complete jackass and make a little bit of money while doing it. That can't be said for every. Not all auditors are like that, but he is, and a number of them are.
That dude is gonna choke on a tater tot someday, and give himself even more brain damage than he already has. Okay, somebody's actually gonna save him.
Are we still talking about Glenn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he the 1A auditor that had a session where he spewed racial slurs at a black police officer?
Yeah, that was Glenn.
Yeah.
So
not just once.
Video.
Not just once.
That video, but I did see that video quite a few months ago, and the only thing that came to my mind now that I know who Glenn Serio is, and I correlated that, is that he's a racist.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And not.
I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. I mean, that video alone and the statements and comments he made towards that black officer, those are racist slurs.
And not just once with him. This is an ongoing thing. Like one of his very first videos, he kind of says similar things to another officer, and then just the one where he just goes off and continues to do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't just be a fan of his auditing, knowing he's a racist.
I brought you here to serve me.
Lynn's just a piece of shit, and
I mean,
all right, so we're gonna watch one of Glenn's videos. Why not? Let's all get pissed off here. We're all having a good conversation. Perfect time to get pissed off, right? Let's go. We're gonna run the gambit of emotions here. We were angry.
Sounds good.
Then we were kind of sad because of Omaha. Then we were all happy because we were just having a good time talking, and now we're gonna get pissed again. We're just gonna run the gambit.
Jeez, I'm a little worried. I'm like an open book tonight.
Karl, help me.
I can't help it. I'm.
All right, guys.
Coming up.
Slow motion or what?
Yeah.
The fuck was that?
That's Tim.
Tim, relax.
His zombie impression.
It actually would make sense that there's a hamburger place across from where Glenn is.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's something already.
Be tame as far as Glenn's concerned.
Well, I'll play Minecraft and beat the whole game, and maybe something will happen.
Exactly, Yoda. I agree with you.
Love how they're just ignoring him. And you know it's just eating at him.
Like my parents used to ignore me, you know. Oh, and Glenn has nothing to do with this, does he? He just walked up on this. Oh!
I'm surprised he hasn't said anything yet.
There he goes, right into the look in the mirror, in the car.
They don't want to deal with Glenn.
This isn't a typical Glenn video. This is really different.
Yeah, he likes to look inside the cars.
But he's being really calm, you know? He's not talking shit. He's just filming, essentially.
They're ignoring him, that's why.
But even if they try to ignore him, usually he tries to start a conversation with them. He's not even trying to start a conversation with them.
Right, yeah.
But the moment they say something to him, he's going to go off.
That's what I'm. Yeah, absolutely.
Now the cop is taking a picture of that car, though.
Both
cars. Yeah, it looks like there's some sort of accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something happened. Glenn's there, being a dick.
Well, no, he's not being a dick. I mean, what's dickish about what he's doing? He's just filming.
As you said, let the footage go on.
He's trying to be.
He will
so
be
we're
a dick.
So we're halfway through, and Glenn is yet to be a dick. Could this possibly be a decent audit from Glenn Serio? Do you think he can keep this up, guys?
No.
Right.
No.
I have $10. I have $10 that says Glenn goes off in the next 20 minutes. Any takers?
What's the chat think? Does the chat think Glenn can keep up a decent? Okay, I'll turn it. A decent audit.
You know, okay, I'll put the $20 towards charity. Okay.
I have 10 acorns.
Glenn's definitely going to say something.
Glenn is a dick. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, knowing Glenn, I think you're right. But hey, maybe not. I mean, let's see.
He'll probably you're pulling her over because she's wearing corduroys.
She's not wearing corduroys, Tim.
The girl on the right? Yeah. Well, no, you're right. I'm sorry. My bad.
Description on the glasses, Tim.
I really have to get them fixed. I'm figuring 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Glenn gets involved.
Exactly, Squatch.
Glenn won't Glenn. Yeah.
I would say standard cop watching it until this point.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. And this is really surprising coming from Glenn, wouldn't you think?
Honestly, had I seen this initially of him as an auditor, I would have probably continued watching him until I ran into that one video that I mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Then it would have been a wrap because I don't put focus on negativity. So,
yeah, I mean, he's talking a little bit right now, and he talked a little bit earlier. But I mean, other than that, he's not talking shit to the cops. Let's see. Hold on. Let's go back to see what he's actually saying.
Car's leaking.
Oh, the car's leaking.
Fluid.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes talking shit.
Oh, here we go.
Fluid everywhere.
Here we go.
Shush.
Oh,
Can't even park in a straight line. They're above the law.
Okay, I retract that previous statement.
Park real crooked.
Score.
Wow. To think that he actually spent his whole day doing this is probably more disturbing to me than anything else. It's like, get a life.
At least the car wasn't totaled.
It's a shame what was it?
Gang member.
Back into Glenn. Back into Glenn, please.
Did he? He did not say what I think he did.
Okay, if you have any questions, you can always next time just pull over.
I'm sorry. Rewind. I spoke to that. I'm sorry.
Tim.
I'm
Stop.
apologizing.
Stop.
I'm apologizing.
Okay, just shh. Thank you, please.
Gang member.
God damn it! Miss it again.
She's wearing a black bandana on her face. Gang member.
She's wearing a black bandana around her face during COVID time, and Glenn goes immediate to gang. What in the entire fuck? I mean, seriously. Wow. That's fucking ridiculous.
Remind me, why did we come to this video again?
To get pissed off.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to do that, we could go to Omaha's videos too.
No, he just.
Oh, jeez.
We just want to get pissed and not go insane.
Well, I can't. I
has
really
Rel-
can't believe you said that shit.
What did Karl say?
What, Karl? What'd you say?
And we just want to get pissed, not go insane.
Indeed.
No, he's. Is he talking? Is he calling the cop? I thought. He is talking to the cop gang member too. Yeah, just come on, man.
Resistance is funny. He's in chat, and all he says is "Wow."
Well, no, he's with him. He thinks the cops are a gang member. I wouldn't call them a gang member.
Shaking my head.
Each their own. You know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Well, I mean, I agree with that, but let's have a conversation.
I know. I agree. I would love to have a conversation with him.
I'm always about learning something new.
Me too. I think all of us could sit down and have a good conversation. Beautiful day outside, though.
Yeah.
Wearing masks, just an observation.
Well, yeah, COVID and all. But I guess that doesn't matter to Glenn. I wonder if he even has a mask on. I doubt it.
Yeah.
They just try and talk to the cops.
Who got criminal citations? Normally, you guys hand out criminal citations. Did they give you a criminal charge? What'd they give you? Ticket? Yeah. Normally, they'll try to hit you with like negligent driving or reckless driving or something along those lines. Well, you got lucky there. You got lucky. Yeah, no problem. Have a good one. Yep. That's a lot of police for nothing, for no crime. It's a lot of police. They wonder why we're defunding the police. They wonder why we're defunding the police. Where all the money's going. Useless. Fucking useless. Road pirate.
You're useless, Glenn. You're a piece of shit, Glenn.
First part of it wasn't too bad. Then he decided to insert himself into the audit.
In the words of Jane Curtin on Third Rock for the Sun, get killed.
Well, I don't know if Glenn. I don't know if Glenn's really trying to get killed. I don't know if Glenn's trying to get killed, but I think this is the issue with a lot of his audits and people that try and emulate what he does is they do fine until they try and insert themselves into the scene. When they try and insert their personality, when they try to in their influences, their thoughts, their beliefs, when they if they just stick to the cop watching, they stick to, if they choose to do auditing, if they just stick to all that, they leave themselves out of it, I think for the most part, they'll do good. But then again, those aren't going to get views. Those aren't going to get, the money that they. So of course,
Exactly.
they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it,
Mm-hmm.
Because again, the videos that go
actually,
really
Kenny,
well.
you think about like guys like Joe Cool.
Kenny, can you drop the link just in case the resistance would like to come up and have some cordial conversation? Because I would love to learn some new things tonight. Thank you, sir.
Well, I don't think we should block anybody, guys.
No one's blocking anybody.
That's just me, though.
We're not blocking anybody.
Kenny, have you seen our friend Rolando Bass lately?
He was in the chat a few days ago, but he didn't come up, and I haven't seen him since.
Interesting. I hope all is well. Interesting.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you guys have already heard about PayPal Patty and the thing he's involved to, right?
Mr. Resistance, just replying to your chat. If you've been listening to this panel at all this evening, I think we've all been relatively cordial. With
you won't be
so
attacked.
you will not be attacked. I can promise you, because I know how to control myself.
Yep, we all can control ourselves.
Dude, Resistance. You remember when I talked to you like a few months ago? Like, well, it was like several months ago.
Now, I might use some big words that require Google, but
he's from the Boston
not
area.
necessarily. No, I Google. Pain is not given, only received on the internet.
Yeah. But yeah, I just really think, unfortunately, that it's not going to, if they don't insert themselves, if they don't have their own style of doing things, they don't have their own way of doing things, not only will they not get noticed, they won't differentiate themselves between auditors A, B, and C. They're not going to.
Yeah, but Kenny, would you welcome Resistance up to the panel?
Already did, Tim. Are you not listening?
I know. I'm just saying. So I'm just trying to get Resistance on the other side to say, okay, why not?
He's not going to. I think he's saying no. I don't know who's saying no to, but he's probably not coming up. Well, no. Well, look at it this way. I mean, I get where he's coming from. That I get where he's coming from. He thinks he's going to get attacked. And I can understand that. He's coming on this panel. He's in chat, and people are, he's having fights with people in chat. So naturally, he's going to think if he comes up in chat, why would he think it would be any different? I get it. I totally understand it.
Yeah.
But if he would see there are other auditors that come up here and they have cordial conversations with us, it is possible. We do that. We are adults. We are all adults here. We can all have grown-up conversations.
We can all disagree on stuff.
Yeah, but
right?
you wouldn't get attacked up here. I'm not gonna. Exactly. I'm not down with that sort of thing. Because if you come up here, then that means you are willing to have a dialogue, and you have every reason to be heard. As Tim has to be heard, as Josiah has to be heard, as Asian has a reason to be heard, you would have a reason to be heard too. But I mean, you'll see there it is right there. You'll be jumped by bullies, and that's not what's going to happen. But I mean, I get why you think that, and it's fine. It is what it is. I can only offer, and maybe the more you come back, the more you'll notice when other auditors show up. And I don't know if you were here the other day. We had Joe Cool up here. Joe, not everyone. Thank you, Asian. Not everyone agreed with what Joel Cool said, but Joel Cool came in. Joel Cool understood what was going on, and he learned from some of the stuff, and he took some constructive criticism. That's what we're going to offer you.
I missed that. I heard. I listened to it, and I was like, good.
It was an excellent panel. It was.
It was.
Excellent panel. I mean,
the roast was super funny.
The conversation was, great. Joe took and listened to all of us speak. I wrote a great comment, Kenny, and all of a sudden it was a beautiful comment about Joe and you know, what I thought about Joe and how I came to understand Joe in the comment section, and disappeared. Gone.
Right. Resistant.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what's going on. Google moderators like erasing comments. It's been doing it in chat too. It's really annoying.
But I didn't say anything offensive, didn't use any foul language. I praised him. It was like, and I was shocked, like, wow.
I thought that was.
Well, they recently changed. They recently changed their terms in TOS. And did you know now that if you do not monetize your videos on YouTube and you're not part of the partner program, your videos can now still have ads on them. YouTube will monetize your videos for you, and you don't get shit.
Oh.
So we're gonna start on videos without 1,000 subscribers, and they're not part of the partner program. Isn't that some fucking shit?
That's big.
You know, I think we need to get Morgie involved in this.
There's going to be. There'll definitely be some kind of class action.
Think so? Yeah.
Down the road on something like that.
Oh, and you know, especially after this election.
There was something on a news clip that I saw where they had Mark Zuckerberg's picture, and they were saying about auditing free speech. You know, that it's not right, that it's not legal, that you can't do that. They were coming down on it.
Yeah. They were coming down on Zuckerberg. Poor guy. He stole, you know, his idea, as he called it, from the Winklevoss twins. That's okay, though. Zuckerberg runs the planet.
No.
Along with Gates and who else?
Bezos runs the planet.
Huh?
Bezos. Jeff Bezos runs the planet. Yeah. He's the richest man in the world.
But, you know, I got to admit, I've actually, like, started getting groceries from Amazon. And, oh, my God, the delivery is fantastic.
Well, there you go.
What do you say?
Well, Amazon's good. I mean, I like the fact that you can get stuff next day on Amazon. I always thought that's awesome. As long as they have it in stock, you can get it next day service, which is really, of course, you're paying for it, but you know, still pretty cool.
Yeah, $119 a year.
Yeah. Prime. I get Prime Video. I don't get Prime anything else, but I do the video.
And there's a lot of good videos on Prime Video.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You know, TV shows and stuff like that, you know? I mean, so, I don't know. You know, it's weird, huh? But Zuckerberg? Please. Him and Gates, you know, send them off to an island somewhere, okay? Because all they want to do is control the world. That's it. That's the only purpose in life. To them, anyway.
I don't know. A lot of the people that are super rich, of course, they probably do it for a tax write-off, but a lot of them do a lot of donating. Bezos is actually for the $1,000 a month forever sort of thing. He's actually behind that. Yeah, Elon Musk surpassed Jeff soon. You're right, Adam.
Who's the other man? He's an elderly man who is filthy rich. He's good friends.
Oh, Bloomberg, right? Is it Bloomberg?
No, Bloomberg. This is another guy.
Shit. Oh, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett.
Yes, Warren Buffett. Yeah, old money.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Warren Buffett has given his fortune away.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's an idiot. He's like fanatical. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, look what freaking what's his face is doing. Oh God damn it. Not Steve Jobs. What the fuck? I can't even think of it. I'm drawing a blank. What is the other dude's name?
Jobs that died.
No, I know. I'm thinking of the window. Bill Gates. Thank you, Bill
Okay.
Gates. He's got all that money, and he's only leaving his kids like $1 million or $2 million, something like that, something stupid like that. He's giving the right when they both died, the rest of their money is going to charity. That is freaking amazing. Who does that? Not many people do shit like that.
Papa did that also.
Wow.
Who
Cool.
announces that in public, though? What the fuck? That's a shitty thing to do to your kids.
Well, no.
Well, no, they're still going to be fine. They're going to be fine.
He's giving them an opportunity.
I mean, tell it to them in private. Don't announce it, on, E Network or whatever.
Think about it. He has what, 2 or 3 kids. If they split that money, they wouldn't be able to spend that money in 3 lifetimes as much money as he has.
Yeah.
They don't need that much money. They don't need that much money, and he realizes this, and he's going to give back. And I think that's awesome. I think we need more people that are in those type of positions to do that. Do you think Trump's going to do anything like that? Maybe he will. Maybe he'll give a portion of it. He might give a portion of it, but I bet you most of it's probably going to go to his kids, which I can understand. I could understand either way, and I can respect either way because he made the money and he can do what he wants with it.
And obviously, he, when he passes away, he's obviously going to have assets, big assets that he's going to have to decide: do I give to the kids or do I give to whatever? I mean that's his business.
Absolutely.
I mean,
it's his money. He made it. He can do what he wants with it.
I imagine waking up one morning and finding out that you inherited a golf course.
That'd be pretty.
I'll be like, yes.
Yes.
Well,
sorry. Did I just break some golden rule or something?
No.
Tim, I inherited a 200-acre dairy farm.
What?
I inherited a 200-acre dairy farm.
I don't want a dairy farm. I'd rather have a golf course.
I inherited a 200-acre dairy farm. What the fuck is a 65-year-old man going to do with a 200-acre dairy farm?
Sell it.
That's what I did.
Pretty much.
No.
That's what I did.
I'm just thinking about the golf course. That's all.
God bless you, Josiah.
I'm an evil, rotten human being. Okay, I'm very selfish.
And I hope you either bought Google, Netflix, Amazon, Apple stocks.
No, you know what happened, Asian? In my father's will, that money had to be put into a trust fund because he knew I was going to sell it. And one of the stipulations, that money was put into a trust fund, and I only get the interest off of it every year.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I have to pass it on to my youngest cousin. I have a whole bunch of cousins, but I have to pass it on to the youngest cousin born. The last cousin born gets the fund. That was my father's stipulation in the will.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So I can't leave it. I mean, I'm an only child, so I can't leave it to anybody. So that's why he did that. He put it in there so that the youngest, the baby, whatever the baby at the time of my death, that trust fund will go to them. Yeah.
Oh, so maybe he actually left it to your cousin as for him to say, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? You think?
No, it's perpetual. And when that cousin grows up, he won't receive any money from that trust fund, or she, I don't know who it will be, he or she who receives that trust fund won't receive any of that money from that trust, the interest from that trust fund until they're 25 years old. And then they will receive the interest till their death. And then it has to be passed on to the youngest living cousin in the family.
I was just trying to be funny, and I failed, I guess.
All right, guys, I'm gonna call this one. It's been a lot of fun, though. I'm gonna give everyone something last minute to say. Karl, you got anything last minute to say, sir?
Yes, I do. The only thing I am leaving to my children is my angry tree.
All right. Asian, anything last minute, sir?
Just thank you again for the opportunity. I had a fantastic evening. Thanks all.
Oh, wait, hold on. I guess he wants to come up now. See, this always happens. Whenever I'm getting ready to leave, that's when someone wants to come up.
Well, Kenny, you know, it's your channel. I think you ultimately have the decision-making rights.
That's fine. I mean, if he wants to come up, I mean, because he might not want to come up later or another day. So, you know. You'd have Tim Tebow, dude.
Here's an interesting story about Bill Gates. He makes $10,959,559 a day, which breaks down to $456,625 per hour, and $127 a second.
What's going on, Resistance?
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing tonight?
Not bad, not bad.
Good evening, Resistance. How are you, sir?
Good evening. How y'all doing? How's everybody in the chat? Good evening, everybody.
Hello, Resistance.
Hello. Hello.
All right,
So,
go ahead.
Yeah, I guess this was going to have to come to a head at some point. So I guess we all can agree we could be civil and just get this over with.
Well, here's the thing. We don't have to agree on everything or anything, but that doesn't mean we can't have a civil conversation about it.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. True.
I'm too tired to attack anybody.
Well, you're going to have to stay up a little bit longer.
If you want to get off to a good start, you can just like rag on me for a little bit. And
No ragging. I mean, well, let me just start off to say, I mean, I get what you do, Klein. I understand, you know, it's the business. We all, I mean, no matter what anybody say, clicks or views, revenue or whatever, it's YouTube. So the bottom line is we all know what we're here for. And that's not to put police accountability to the side and say that's not my passion and that's not what I love doing. But when you're on a platform like YouTube, come on, guys, we already know. We already know. It's about entertainment. And even if you're trying to spread a message, you have to bring some form of entertainment to attract the people. So I understand when you guys, you know, you get upset with me because I may talk to police officers a certain way or whatever. I understand that nobody likes to hear vulgar language all the time. But at the same time, you got to understand where I come from. You got to understand my perspective of where I come from and what I've seen police do to people ever since I was 6, 7, 8 years old. So, I mean, I would rather hear you guys because I got to be one of the most transparent auditors out there. So I would like to hear the problems that you guys have with me pertaining to the videos that I've done. And I know we can use the shelter one for first or last, however y'all want to do it. But let's get to it.
Oh, we don't have to do the shelter one right away. Well, let's start with the one where you were at the tow company. My problem with that was you you're going to a public business trying to request, a FOIA from them. Now, because now they do have a government contract, and I understand that, but you have to understand that the company themselves are not going to. You're not going to receive the FOIA from the company. You still have to go to the city or the county or state or whatever is applicable. And the fact that you and whoever that gentleman what you were with was, and the way you were acting towards the people that are working there and the police, it was all for show. It was all for the clicks and views. Because I'm sure you knew that you weren't going to get anywhere. I mean, or maybe I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt and say you knew that you weren't going to get anywhere with that, right?
All right, so let me say this. I gotta go a little back. I started out in January. I watched Police Accountability for a short while on YouTube, and it was the thing that I wanted to do. Ever since I came in to this game, I've always told my viewers that not only is this a documentation of tyranny and corruption, but it's also a documentation of my life as well. And I jumped in head first. So
yeah,
I will admit that every audit that I did, I wasn't knowledgeable in those areas. Okay. Now the knowledge that I've gotten lately on the books that I've read, but in the earlier days, like 7, 8, 9 months ago, I was getting them from other auditors. Now we know all information isn't good information. So to jump into the tow truck company, the information that I had at the time was that, okay, you can go there and most likely you're not going to get the information just for the simple fact because they're going to look at you as, well, who are you? Okay. The problem I had with it is, okay, this particular tow trucking company does have a contract with Boston Police. They do have a contract with Boston Police. We already know the corruption with Boston Police. We already know if you're contracting with the Boston Police, then you're skimming from off the top. That's just how I look at it. Going into details and stats, I'm not getting into it. But I know that from living in multiple cities. Okay, so when we get there, just for the simple fact of how I know how they operate in communities throughout Boston and how they do, I didn't particularly like how he responded to me when we asked a simple question. So that's when it went south. So to say clicks and views, no, well, yeah, you can say clicks and views, but at the same time, you're not going to just dismiss me as a private citizen when I'm coming to ask you a legitimate question. And just because I got had my camera with me, you got a little put off and you decided just to treat me like I was nobody, along with KTL. That's keeping them liable. So that's when it went south. Okay. I always come respectful. I always speak to people with respect. And just like Rice Krispies say, I give what I get. I always give people the benefit of the doubt. And most of the times when I'm engaging with police or other civil servants, it always goes south because they say something to me that's not acceptable.
If I could say
hey, Resistance, do you remember me at all?
I truly don't. I really don't.
Okay.
I think I do remember you saying you sent me an email in the early days. The early days for me is months ago.
When you first started. Yeah, when you first started, you were hanging out with Josh. No.
No. That's
why actually.
I never hung out with Josh. I never hung out with Josh. I mean, we could talk about that as well too. But if we're going to talk, we're going to clear things up.
Anyway, besides that,
Tim.
It's like
Tim.
Kenny, can I finish real quick, Kenny, real quick.
Just next time, okay, but hold on. But next time, don't interrupt him when he's talking, okay?
No, it's good. Definitely. It's good. I'm listening to it. Go ahead, Tim. It's cool. We can talk. We can cross converse a little bit.
I'm on a delay too for some reason. I don't know why, and I'm sorry. But geez, Resistance. I remember, I emailed you and you emailed me back, and oh god, it was a while ago. Jeez, got to be a year ago. And it was just like I was like telling you, like, don't you understand how, like, even what you're doing, sounds sketchy, and it looks sketchy, and you actually agreed with me, and that's why I was like, wow, this guy
What do you
got it.
mean? Well, I mean, first of all, we all know that when we read texts or messages, we can take them differently than it being spoken. So I probably took it out of context, or maybe you took it out of context. But I really can't talk on that.
Well,
Sorry,
I mean,
I can't talk on it because
I appreciate
because
it.
I don't remember.
You said that you were thanking me for, giving you that information, because I actually gave you, like, the actual Massachusetts law, if you remember. Well,
On
actually,
what? On what? I'm trying hard to remember you. That's why I'm asking you. On what?
I believe it was when you were like, looking at the fuel tanks in Everett.
No, I've never been in Everett. In the fuel tank. Wait a minute. Fuel tanks in Everett? Nah, that wasn't me. That wasn't me.
It wasn't Everett. Okay, where was it? Chelsea? I don't know.
Tim, what is your
never did an audit in Chelsea neither.
We're talking about Boston areas here.
And what's the point? I'm sorry. What's your point?
My point is, I mean, a year ago, this guy was like willing to listen to me, and he was like, "Oh shit, I didn't know."
Well, I'm actually not too sure if you got the right person, but I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. But the first things first, I started at the end of January.
Yeah.
My first video was like January 28th or 29th, something like that.
I think you're confusing him with someone.
So,
all right, now, Tim, hold on. Adrian, go ahead, Adrian. Now it's your turn, Tim. Just hold on for a minute. It was waiting patiently.
If I could, thank you, sir. If I could just get a hot minute, I just wanted to introduce myself formally here to the Resistance, because I've never had an opportunity to speak to him. So welcome up to the panel, Resistance. It's good to meet you. My name is Asian. Just so you understand a little bit of my background and who I am, to put everything into context. For me, whenever I speak on the panel, I'm not a 1A auditor, right? I'm a husband and a father of 2 young boys. I ran into the community about 6 months ago because I believe in my constitutional rights, and I started on the 1A side of the community, AFA, et cetera, Omaha Cock Block, to the point where I subscribed. I donated monetarily through super chats and PayPals to continue the effort, because I also recognize that freedom is not free, right? All of this stuff. But as time went by, I started asking myself, because I ran into other types of content, I wonder if there's channels that audit auditors, right? Because at the end of the day, to your point, this might be entertainment for you, but for me, as a consumer of your content, it's all about the learnings, right? Of trying to continue to bridge the gap between police and the citizens as it relates to 1A rights, et cetera. Right. So when I run into what I consider poor tactics in specific auditors, and I'm supporting them, right, I think, number one, I'm entitled to question it, right, because of my support. And secondarily, if at the end of the day, if I can't align, then I'll just unsubscribe, right? So I don't know you as a 1A auditor, just so you understand. I haven't seen many of your videos, only of things that have been mentioned within the community. But for me, understand that that's where I'm coming from, and the reason why I'm on Kenny's panel is because I'm all about learning about the good auditors and the bad. Because as Muhammad Ali once said, you could have 100 snakes in the basket, but if I told you only 2 of them had venom, would you still stick your hand in the basket? Right? And that works on both sides of the fence.
And it does. And
did not say that.
Tim, hold on. Just relax for a minute, okay? Go ahead, Resistance.
And nice to meet you, Asian. I appreciate those words that you just said.
Thank you, sir.
Very true. And let me just say this. First of all, I know I've made mistakes. like I told you guys, I'm a work in progress. I jumped in it head first. So I never claimed to be this constitutional guy or this lawman or somebody who knew the law all the way up to the top. No, I'm just smart enough to know the basics and to know what I can do and what I cannot do. And I know I made mistakes. So I don't want you guys to think, oh, I just post things up on YouTube and maybe that was a little shaky. But you know what? There's a lot of things that police do that's a little shaky, and they continue on with their day and come back to work the next day as if they didn't crack somebody in their head that didn't deserve it, or as if they didn't violate somebody's rights by pulling them over after profiling them for 2 or 3 miles. Okay, I'm not perfect, but I try to be a different kind of auditor. I try to give you guys the perspective from the streets, from where it's really real at. If you see my videos are in the hood. Whatever city I go to the hood. I go to where the crimes are very high, and when you go into these places, you're not going in there with patent leather on. No, I'm going in there with my wool coat. And I'm going to be as abrasive as they are to me. That's just my standpoint. I know a lot of people don't agree to it, but this is where I come from. This is what I've seen for 35 years, ever since I was a kid. And to say all that, nothing changes if nothing changes. So I think you guys need to look at a little bit more of my videos, because it seems like that the bad is outweighing the good. I mean, I've been all across the country within this summer, Seattle, Portland, Oregon, so all the protests here in Boston. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and gloat and tell you guys what I've done in my videos. I would just encourage you guys to see all the positive that I've tried to show you guys in my videos, the positive things that I've done in my videos, the education that I always try to offer. And yes, there has been a lot of videos where I wasn't able to offer education because the civil servants wouldn't allow me to. They got in my way as far as trying not to answer my questions, or they tried to make it seem like I was mentally unstable, or they just tried to dismiss me as if I didn't have a right to ask them a question. So you may be looking at one of the few auditors that came into this game with his heart in his sleeve. I'm passionate about this. And at the end of the day, when somebody asks me, hey, why do you do this? And I really think about it and I say, because I believe it's right. John the Baptist, if y'all familiar with John the Baptist, or maybe I should say the story of John the Baptist, he wasn't a sweet guy. He wasn't a sweet guy. He was about giving up the word, and he walked around a little funky. He slept in caves and then behind bushes and stuff. And people looked at him with a little side eye. See, I'm not worried about people looking at me with a side eye. What I really want people to see is what I'm showing on my screen, and really don't pay attention to me. Pay attention to the tyranny and the corruption that I'm showing. Yeah, I know I could get in the way sometimes. It could take away from the education that's trying to offer. Like I said, I'm a work in progress. I'm human. I'm not perfect. And I try to be as transparent as possible. And I don't back down from challenging questions when it comes to my videos. I mean, just like I have having this conversation with you guys on the panel, I have personal conversations.
Thank you.
I have personal conversations with people who I know, or people who I've just met that became subscribers to my channel. And I ask them, I say, what do you want to see? What do you think is better? Unfortunately, majority of them rock with what I do. And I just had a conversation with somebody earlier. They said, man, I love your stuff. You're giving the education, you're showing people what's going on. But then again, that may be from a different perspective than from what you guys see. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody sees it from a different view. And I said, damn, I appreciate it, but I was really looking for some criticism, because criticism is the only thing criticism and mistakes is the only thing that's going to make you better.
And now here's the thing, Resistance. I personally, I can't speak for anyone else on the panel, but I'm not necessarily trying to question your heart or why you got into this business or even why you continue to do what you do. The issue with me, with at least, so I want to go back to the officer, the tow truck thing. Now, we just learned, and this is, like I said, I'm always learning things new every day, that you didn't necessarily know that you couldn't just go there and get it, which is fine. I'm not, I'm not knocking you for that. Sometimes we go in places, we think we get the right information because we get it from the wrong source. It happens, whatever. But the thing is when you realize that that's the issue, I think it would behoove you. It's because of the large audience you have, and the impact that you have on your audience, and maybe they want to go out and do some auditing too. And do you want them to go and make the same mistakes you made, or would it be better to clear it up and say, "Hey, look, I was wrong at this. I should have went to the police station and did it that way. That way, they won't make your same mistakes, and they can learn to be better based off of you, and maybe even have more respect for you because of that."
And to your point, Resistance, real quick, if I may, Resistance. And to your point, your last point, Resistance. If I was a 1A auditor, I would actually embrace channels like Kenny Klein and Masshole. And the reason why is because it gives me a platform, an opportunity to kind of share my side of the story, right? Because again, at the end of the day, the more your supporters know about you, your characteristics, personality, and your intent in doing what you're doing, I think it'll just grow your followers. Instead of creating this divide, because theoretically, aren't you trying to do the same thing with law? Aren't you trying to bridge that gap with law instead of destroying the bridge?
I definitely want to bridge the gap with law.
So let me ask you one question, if I may, to that exact point. So the notion of defunding the police, maybe restructuring the police, or even allocating more funds. And here's my use case example to why I say this. Like, how the hell could you say something like that? Well, here's one use case example. Like, instead of police responding to a 911, that someone is rolling on a concrete floor on a busy intersection street in the evening, wearing militia type clothing.
Okay, I'm gonna respond to that.
With a full mask on, and they're responding to a 911 call, and they show up, and all they have is their service revolvers. Instead of maybe being funded with body cameras and tasers and beanbag shotguns in the trunk, the only thing they can default to in order to do their investigation and thereby defend themselves to ensure that they also get home to their loved ones and children is default to the service revolver. And this is why I say it doesn't make sense to defund the police.
Well,
Hold on. Sorry for my phone being messed up. I can't switch out because I'm driving back home. But I'm going to respond to yours. For one, the police shouldn't have to come to a man exercising his constitutional rights. Let's go there. For two, wearing a mask is not illegal, and it's COVID. So for one, that's another. We're in a pandemic. All right. So I shouldn't have to have guns drawn on me, or anybody shouldn't have guns drawn on themselves for rolling on the ground. All right. Nobody should be getting arrested for that either, but it happens. Now, the police, as far as they overreact a lot, they sure fucking do. And the issue, and I'm sorry about, no. I'm responding to what he's talking about. He's clearly talking about me. Clearly. No. But I have the right to respond to that. You know what?
Omaha, no one's talking about you. We're in a conversation with Resistance about what the Resistance is doing. If you want to respond to that, that's fine. We can get to what you're talking about after we're done with the Resistance. But right now, this is what we're talking about Resistance, and we're giving him a platform here. You usually come on here, so if you want to talk to something about related to him, great, fine. But right now, it's not about the Omaha right now. All right.
And we're all friendly.
About me. So Resistance, you roll on the ground too?
No, I want to talk to her.
So,
You
so
need
you roll
to
the
turn the
dice.
chat. What's going on, Omaha? How you doing?
I'm doing.
Omaha, turn the
Bro,
chat
don't be
down.
doing my mic, dude.
Turn
He's
the
talking.
chat down. We hear myself in the chat. That's the only reason I muted you.
It's not the auditor.
Okay, there we go.
It's not the auditor, but rather the situation that I was referring to, the use case.
I think you.
It could
I'm
be
sorry.
any auditor, by the way.
I think you
I
were speaking
just
about.
want to say something to the resistance.
How you doing, Starbird?
Fine. I watch you all the time,
Thank you.
and I see what you do, and I know why you do what you do. And I have to say this because when Tim said about AFA, no, AFA inserted himself into the resistance. The resistance does not have anything to do with AFA.
Correct.
And that was the first night when you were arrested that AFA inserted himself into your situation.
Correct. Thank you.
Yes. But I mean, I understand what you do. I can understand it theoretically. I can't understand it like Asian understands it. And I've told Joe Cool this. I can't understand why he acts only from a theoretical, because I wasn't born and raised in the streets of Philadelphia or the streets of Chicago or the streets of Brooklyn, New York. So I can only come at it from an educated perspective, not an experiential. And I understand what you do, and I know, because I give you shit all the time, that you are not what we see in your videos is not who you are in real life. I understand that. So I'm never attacking you as personally, but just the way you audit. But I do understand you from like the perspective of the intellectual, but not the experiential. I can't come at you from that because I didn't come from that background.
Well, Josiah, I thank you for saying that, because that kind of lifted a couple little weight off my shoulders, because it lets me know that I always want to improve. I always want to get better, and that's what I have been doing. I mean, I can't speak on the perspective of all the other auditors and what they know of the law and how long they've been studying before they came in, but a lot is based on me jumping in head first. So I understand, like you were saying, you're not from the streets of Philadelphia, Chicago, or Brooklyn, and that is a reason why you look at it from a different perspective.
Boston is just as good.
But Boston is good be included as well. I'm here in Boston.
Okay, come on.
Well, I was just repeating what he said, but hey, Boston as well, Miami, a whole bunch of cities. And guess what? For real, even in the small towns, this is the same in the big cities now. Back in 25 years ago, beyond that, you go to a small town, they wouldn't even know what was going on in the big city. But it's kind of quite the same all around. But I'm glad you spoke on, that this is not who I am, because like I said, I'm a work in progress. I'm never going to be who I was yesterday. And, I don't want people to think, what may seem vulgar or vile to people. I don't want them to think, okay, I may be happy because I put that up. No, I learn from it and I look at it. And sometimes I'm not happy with the decisions I made of what I put up, but I rationalize. I do, because it's my work. And I sit with it, but I learn from it as well. I mean, really, Josiah, you said you watched a lot of my videos. I mean, does my bad outweigh my good?
Oh yeah, because I look at you completely. I don't look at you when I see the resistance. I see the Resistance as a character portraying his feelings, his emotions, and that inner child that grew up with these experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I understand where you're coming from because you grew up exposed to this. But I know your full name and I'm going to say it. I know that the person of John McCullough does not act that way with his family and his friends.
Oh no, I tell people all the time. I'm not
Yeah.
the a-hole that you see on YouTube.
Right.
I mean, I speak to police officers.
That's how I see you now. Because I look at you just like I would have looked at any of my students. I see, the person who may be acting out in front of me. That is an emotion that is triggered from within. And
Well, it's triggered from experience.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I never, people like to say I pull the race card a lot in my videos, but the thing is that when a call is made on a black man, the call is heightened and they respond quicker and they're much more aggressive. And I've seen this way more times than I've seen it since I've been auditing. So what you see is a combination of the Resistance, John McCullough, my dead friends that died in the past, that went through the same experience. And like I told you, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm a Cancer, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I get passionate about things that I believe in.
Heart on your sleeve, and you can actually make something out of what you're doing.
But see, the thing about it, Tim, here's the thing. Y'all can't expect me to make an instant change overnight. Y'all want to see what I see from y'all. What I see from you guys is you talk about them, and most of these guys out here, I don't consider them as true auditors. I'm not going to name no names, but that's just my opinion right here. But give a person a chance to change and stay on him. Look at his videos, because I don't think you guys have been keeping on track on my videos, because I'm not. My bad doesn't outweigh my good. It doesn't. Y'all guys, I got about 330 videos within 9 months. And you might see me blah, 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 F you, this and that. Yes, that is included in my catalog. But there's a lot of positive things that's included in my catalog. Just from content, certain content.
We all, I believe, honestly, that in the end, we all do much better things than, worse things. You know what I mean? And so I agree with you, dude. But there's gotta be a better way to do it.
No, Tim, what we see with the Resistance, we only see a 10 or 15 minute or maybe an hour of his day, of his life. There is more to the man than we see.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But
that's true. But let me just say something that's true, Josiah. But also,
and I know
that. Let me just say this real quick. Also, I approach the situation the way I've seen officers today and officers in the past approach the situation. They're not nice. They're not professional. They do. You guys. I don't know how many of you guys are from the inner cities. And in the inner city, like you said, Josiah, you done produced a lot of work. I'm pretty sure you produced work where you've seen police officers do at least 4 or 5 violations before they put the cuffs on the guy. And he didn't have no reason, really didn't have a reason to have the cuffs on him. No, these guys aren't nice, man. And so why should I be nice to them when I approach them professionally or I ask them a question and they go to the left with me or say something smart or dismiss me? Why?
Hey,
wow, well, I'm retired. Wait, 1 second.
I'm sorry.
I'm second. I'm sorry. I got to get this out. I'm
Well,
sorry.
first of all,
No,
One second.
My
family, me, my family.
As a white
Every-
guy,
Go ahead, Rizal. I muted him. Tim, you gotta stop, dude. He's talking. You can't interrupt when he's talking. Okay.
And
go
you know
ahead.
what? And I appreciate all of y'all for giving me this time to speak as well. Thanks a lot. But all I wanted to say to end this part was, my family, we've come from a long line of abuse from police officers, my friends, their family. Well, everybody that I'm black. Everybody that's from my tribe, we see this all the time. Like, you understand? Like, when we're standing outside in front of our steps and the police come around the corner on the block, we all tense up, and then none of us is doing anything wrong. Why is that? That's because what we experienced over the years has not been right. Everybody isn't drinking all the time. Everybody isn't using drugs all the time. Everybody isn't selling drugs all the time, every minute of the day. So just because, and we all know that officers can't go off a hunch. And they know what people do out there, but they violate rights just for personal reasons or for a quota, for revenue. You know, I see this stuff. So, you know, when you guys question why I do what I do, this is me explaining it to you. This is where I come from.
That's cool.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, and I see where an Asian isn't an auditor either, but he has grown up in that environment as being from Brooklyn, as being different. I mean, he's an Asian American. You know what I mean? So he grew up in that gang mentality. I didn't. So I can only look at it from the intellectual. I grew up in the country.
Asian American with a thick Brooklyn accent.
So you said you're Asian. You said you were in New York.
Yes, sir. I'm a New York City born and raised, first generation. Never judge a book by its cover.
What part of New
I'm
York?
a Yankees fan.
My wife is from. So, in the spirit of full transparency, my wife is from originally grew up in East New York, Brooklyn.
Okay.
Which historically used to be the murder capital of the country. Historically.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where my wife is from.
Yeah, I used to always go to New York to the Eastern Parkway for Juve every Labor Day.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, we've been blessed. I'm in my late 40s now. We've been married for over 20 years, and we have 2 boys. So,
congratulations.
Fortunately, we've been blessed, and we've been able to stay in New York, but be in a better situation and circumstance. So,
And his wife is what is your wife?
My wife is Puerto Rican. She's Boricua.
And his children have been labeled because they're mixed race. His children now have been labeled, and that is not right.
My boys are what you call polyglots. They speak 3 languages.
Say what?
All right, so
what 3 languages?
Speak 3 languages.
English.
Are you not allowed to tell me?
English, Spanish, and Korean.
Oh,
Yo
okay.
hablo español.
Okay, so resistance. Here's the thing, like at least when
hello to you too.
Okay, to Tim, I'm talking now. Okay, so
come on, Klein, give it to me.
All right, so here's the thing. When I'm talking to you, I'm not trying to, I'm looking at the person because I don't pretend to know you. I don't know you. I can only judge you based off of how I see your videos, right? And from what I see videos, I've seen some good videos of yours. I've seen some videos where there's a police officer that was like right in the middle of just parked for some reason, right in the middle of the freaking intersection, and walked
Chicago.
like 2, 3, 4 blocks to go tell someone to leave. And I'm like, whoa, that's some weird shit. That's not something you see every day. You caught that. I'm like, well, shit, that's not bad.
Well,
and
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like I said, I agree. I've seen some good things what you do. The thing is when you, because let's be honest, you are somewhat of a public figure. You can demand a little bit. You are when you come on YouTube and you have the followers you have. You are somewhat of a public figure. There are people that are going to look up to you for what you do, and there are people that are going to believe you and take you at your word. Now, when you make a mistake, I think just like any other public figure, they have to publicly acknowledge that they made that mistake, admit they made a mistake. That way, people that are following them don't follow those in the footsteps and do the same shit. And you can produce better auditors out there in the future from people that are inspired by you to go out there and do what they do. And when you don't do that, you say, "Well, I learned, and I'm not going to do it again." But if you don't voice that you are wrong in that instance, people are going to sit there and think you were right in that instance. People are going to say, "Yeah, you can go to that store and demand public records, even though it's a public thing." No, you have to go do it down the right channels to do something like that. Just for that example.
Yeah, you got me stuck in the air with that because I hear what you're saying. And like I said, that video went south by the way he responded. We never know how that audit would have went if he would have been a little more courteous to what we was asking him. He probably could have gave us the information exactly to where to go. Like I don't go into video. I don't go into videos looking for the negatives. Like I've done videos with KTL and they turned out positive.
Okay.
Like I go with the flow. There's no type of format that I go with. Like if he's going, like I said, I get what I get. We don't know how that audit would have turned out. If he would, it probably been an audit that I would have never produced.
Yeah.
Okay, because one thing I'm gonna keep it real. One thing I do is I focus on the negative and I focus on the tyranny and corruption. Now I have put a few good audits out where they pass, but no, what they're really doing is what people want to see. So that's what I put out.
Yeah,
but that probably would have been an audit that would have never came
That's
out.
what you do, right? Okay, but man, would it kill you to like call them and just ask them, hey, could I take a tour of the place?
No,
okay,
they open to the public.
Question.
No, I don't feel as though I need to call them. They open to the public. They take the public's money every day. So they open to the public. I should be able to walk onto their property and ask them a simple question. I didn't commit a crime.
Okay, so how do you react to morons like Patty who go, state by state by state saying, I pay taxes here?
I don't even watch dude. That's one thing about me. I hardly watch any of these guys that's out.
You're all about you.
Huh?
You're all about you. And that's the way it should be, right?
I'm not going to say that, but what I'm going to say is before I continue in that conversation, the people who inspired me was Rice Krispie, the whole Florida gang, San Joaquin. I was very entertained by SGV. I'm not going to lie. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got to thank publicly I got time on your platform. First up, San Joaquin for giving me little tips on how to thrive in this game. Yeah. In the beginning was News Now California as well. Gave me a lot of information on the background and Rice Krispie. A lot of people.
Those guys know it.
Huh?
Those guys know it.
Yeah. So but as far as watching, it's hard to keep up with. I'm saying, Klein, listen, you got my attention. You've been having my attention for the past 3 weeks. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm the most transparent. I would say I'm the most transparent auditor out here. Like, yeah, you see me in the chat, and I'm just having fun. It wasn't nothing personal. I apologize to me, Chung. I apologize to Cheryl O. Adam, I mean, listen, this is the YouTube world. If y'all really not with it or know how to have fun in the chat, then you're really not supposed to be in it. And y'all know how I do. I go hard, but that was then, this is now. I'm glad you invited me on. Like I said, it had to come to a head at some point.
Kenny's the
You know,
best.
and another thing, I can't promise you that I'm not going to put out a video that you don't like.
No, absolutely. And here's the thing, Resistance. Now, yeah, no, I agree with you that we don't know how it would have went if they would have, just been polite, and answered the questions or whatever. But at the same time, as the auditor, as a person, shouldn't you have known this going into it? I mean, shouldn't you have done some research?
Well, I would admit to that. Yes. I should always do more research on every audit that I do. Yes. So to put that out there with new auditors, yeah, do your research. Yes. Do as much research as possible. No, I would never tell nobody to do what the Resistance do. I show you tyranny and corruption. I've never told anybody, hey, follow my steps as a path, in the path of an auditor. No, I'm just showing you. I always say, do you see what I can see? I'm showing you everything that I can see.
Right. Okay, so, and I can respect that you realize you had done something. Now my question would be, why? Maybe I haven't seen it. Maybe you have already. You've already addressed the fact that you were wrong in that instance, and I haven't seen it. Or maybe I'm not going to assume you haven't. Maybe you did, or maybe you didn't. Have you?
What are you speaking of? I'm sorry, I just lost you real quick.
It's okay. No, we're still on the first incident we were talking about, the whole how you were wrong and how you approached and did your research on the tow truck incident. I'm just curious, have you told your subscribers that you were wrong in that instance, and why not?
I don't think that I was wrong. I mean, wrong personally. I mean, on the background is not doing as much research that I should have. Okay, maybe.
But to be fair, you told the man he has to produce files when in fact he doesn't. When they tried to do, even the police tried to tell you have to go down. I mean, they did eventually tell you, and you heard them. And you're like, okay, yeah.
Well, the police was a whole joke. That was a whole joke. Once he said he was going to take the request, because he wasn't able to take the request. That was a whole joke right there. That's why that whole video kept going for about the next 25 minutes after they came, because that was a joke.
Because the officer, he one thing I really enjoyed about it, and you realized it at the end.
He was great. He was great.
He trolled you.
Yeah,
he was so kind to you.
He was great.
He was, and you played it out. I enjoyed that because you thought, oh, this one's got my game. You didn't come out and say it, but you knew, and you played him, and he played you.
But Josiah, what you didn't see is I was smiling the whole time. Like I don't understand. I don't understand how people think it's just that adverse all the time with auditor and cop. We've seen videos where it's just been plain conversations, nothing went wrong. And there's plenty of times I'm on the other side of the camera laughing like hell, smiling, because that was a great cop. And what I would say, that cop right there, he was a good example. He was a good example on how to placate things, how to de-escalate things. When he took the request, I think that was out of pocket a little bit. But overall, he was a great cop, and yeah, he had gray hair. So
right. I was just going to ask about that. I was going to say, how do you make fun of that man's hair? He had a great head of hair.
I mean, hey, listen, y'all know 50 Cent, right? 50 Cent he doesn't speak well about anybody.
Yeah,
that's just how it goes sometimes. If I feel like giving it to you, I'll give it to you. Very few police officers that I gave it to, but I have given it up. And I speak to a lot of them on the background as well, when I'm not recording.
Right.
So, Resistance, what do we have to do to change all of this? Okay. Or does anything actually need to be changed? Could it be just a case of telling the cops to shut up, at certain points in time? I don't know.
So, I mean, it comes to reform. It comes down to reform. And where to start at there, I can't tell you, but I think it comes down to, starting all over with police training. Okay. I think the communities, the officers should serve the communities where they come from. I believe that's important. I think Asian was talking about how police officers come and approach the scene and they kind of nervous because it might not be a violent situation, but it could turn out to be a violent situation due to the mental capacity of the individual. But I believe that the officers should be where they come from. I think that would that would bring things down a lot. I think there is no public relation. I don't care what these police officers say. I don't see the police officers walking down the street and waving up to people and shaking men's hands and speaking to old ladies. I don't see that.
Well,
I don't.
I mean, actually, in my neck of the woods, I actually do. So it's like,
I
to
see
hear
it too.
say that, I feel bad.
Yeah, well, because that's what I'm saying. It's different from most of you guys. It's different where you from than where I'm from. And I'm 42 years old, and I've only seen that for a few years in my younger life, and then that was over with. I never seen that in the late 80s and in the 90s and in the 2000s. I think it should be better relation with the police officers in the community.
Well, hey, let me ask you this, okay?
Hey, let me know when
I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah,
talk.
Tim, hold on, Tim. Okay, like dominating the conversation here. There's
I'm sorry.
seven people on here, man. So we're gonna spread this down. I'm not going to be here all night. So, all right. So Asian, go ahead. We'll get back around to you after we get to other people. You don't got to ask 5-6 questions in a row. All right. You have one and then let other people say something.
Okay. All right.
All right, Asian, go ahead.
Thanks, Kenny. So I just wanted to make a comment about that resistance. So I mean, I agree with you absolutely, man. I think essentially your past experiences with law enforcement is going to obviously give you very certain perspectives and opinions and maybe a level of being jaded, right?
Grandfather clock.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
But again, I think with that said, see, the way I look at this is, well, and by the way, I'm agreeing with you on that point. And I also personally think it has a lot to do with social economics, right? Fundamentally speaking, as another source of all of this, but that's another topic for another day. I hear a lot of background noise. It's kind of hard to focus. I'm sorry.
I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, so I was just saying that, perspective or the way that I kind of look at this so much.
So what was the question?
Well, I'm sorry, Agent. Did you have a question with that? I definitely heard what you said. You just kind of cut off abruptly.
Yeah, he's roboting.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
I have a legit question.
Well, so does Asian. Just chill. Give him a minute, Tim.
All right.
Yeah, so I guess the point. I guess the point, if you guys can still hear me, I guess the point that I'm just trying to make real quick is that if you know that going into any situation, then why take a defensive approach to it? Why take a negative view on it? Why not use that information and those experiences you already have to approach it in a more positive way to help bridge that gap, to ultimately make change instead of looking at it as, I have all these ill will feelings because of my past experiences, and therefore any Jake that steps up to me that has attitude, I'm just going to flip the script on them. And then everybody starts crying wolf over that, right? Stuff like that, right? So that's just the perspective I was just trying to share. Thank you.
And yeah, you're definitely right about that. That is something I need to improve on, because there will never be any bridging the gap if I continue to battle with the cops the way I've done for almost a year now. It's never going to work. If I want to see something get better, this is not continue. I'm not going to be able to continue to do it this way. One of the reasons why I named this area that I'm in phase 1. Like I said, I'm a work in progress, and I always want to get better. So I don't never plan to
Are
be the
all
same.
cops your enemy?
Excuse me? No, all
Are
cops
all
aren't
cops
my
your enemy?
enemy. All cops aren't my enemy. I just don't like the bad ones. I don't like the bad cops, and I do have a problem. And then when I say that, I have a problem with the fact of the good ones that let the bad ones slide with all the stuff because nothing's a secret. Like no one cop going to do something and the other cop's not going to know. So then I look at them all a little side eye. I have to admit, man. And when I said, I said something in the chat about them being a gang. When Glenn said it because she had the scarf or whatever, of course I wouldn't identify her with being in a gang because of that. Because it's COVID time. But when I say a gang, it's like just like a great comedian said, it's one big club and we not in it. Okay, we not going to get the perks that they get. We're not going to beat the case. We're not going to beat the cases. Yeah, George Carlin. We're not going to beat the cases the way they beat the cases. It's like they do something wrong, and especially the city cops. I hear about all the cops out, in the country or whatever. When they do something wrong, they get fired and maybe get hired with another agency somewhere. But here in the city, I don't see no type of discipline with these cops. And I'm talking about serious offenses.
I just want to say, Resistance, that I really appreciated that you came up on this panel because we are not against you. And I would like to say good night to everyone on the panel.
Good night, Josiah.
Old
Night,
man.
Josiah. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, so Resistance, here's the thing. I'm gonna have to you on that. All you have to do is Google policeman fired, police discipline, and type in whatever city. You'll see all that stuff. I think the problem is you'll see is because the media is portraying. You want to know why the media? Because it's not fun. It's not what people want to see. People don't want doing the right thing. People don't want to see cops doing their job. They expect the police to do their job. What they see is when the cops don't do their job, and that's what the media gives them, and that's what people see is because that's again what the media portrays. But there are far more good cops than there are bad cops. Now, I've had some issues with the cops too. They thought I was robbing a store on many occasions, and
What?
and there's issues, and these issues, there are some times where like I might, depending on the situation, I might feel a little uncomfortable around police. But it's I don't go. Tim, hold on.
We want stories.
Tim, stop.
Sorry.
Okay, so I mean I get it, but you can't let Josiah and like Asian, you got it. And I know you're still learning, trying to get better at this, and I'm glad to hear that you are taking some of what we're saying and agreeing with us. But you really have to take each time you're with a cop and treat them differently. There are auditors out there that just think they don't believe there's good cops, and that's just not true. I don't believe you're one of those auditors that thinks there's not any good cops. I think that you think that a lot of the cops that come up to you maybe have the potential to be bad, and you're ready for that, which is fine. I can understand that going through what you have gone through before. But I really just want to acknowledge the fact that you have said already here that you do need to get better at what you're doing, and you acknowledge you're not perfect, and that's just great. And also you're not, and also I also want to say thank you for coming on, because there's a lot of auditors that they might come on, but you know what they'll say? I don't answer questions. They fall to the auditor spiel for a lack of a better term. And you're not doing that, and I respect that.
I would also like to add to what you just said. I think it's great that I'm not a so-called experienced auditor. I mean, Martin and Malcolm, they didn't come through experience. They learned as they went. You know what I'm saying? And coming up grassroots and learning that, like, oh, I mean, it's how a lot of protesters, how a lot of people went up to the top of the chain of protesting. That's how they got there, by coming up grassroots and learning through what they was doing. And like I said, I'm a work in progress. No, I'm not the smartest auditor or cop watcher or, First Amendment guy. Nah, I'm not that dude. I'm just regular John that goes out in the streets and I record cops and I record everything I could say. And I try to do it in the urban communities, not to piss people off, but to show them that they can do it too. Because I really truly believe that if you get 5 people a day to pull out their cameras just for 5 or 10 minutes and record, within a year, our streets would be much better.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you say that, but I would like to challenge you. I would like to challenge you to, whenever you do, maybe not do the end of the videos you've done, but in the future, when you see videos and you realize you're wrong in these videos, since you do want to see 5 or 6 auditors pulling out their camera and doing it, you want to see them doing it right, I'm sure. So whenever you see yourself doing something wrong, just say, hey, look, I fucked up. I'm not perfect. And I think you'll come to find out you'll get some more respect. You might lose some people that are, just like, like, oh, whatever, you gave this cops a good time, or or you're giving the benefit of the doubt. Hey, those aren't the types of subscribers you need, because they're not trying to learn. They're not trying to grow as a human being like you are.
Right.
Well, I never did this for the attention of how many subscribers I got. I mean, like Josiah said, the resistance is not John, right? So when I came into this, I always try to look ahead on what doors could potentially be open for me. Right now it's phase 1. I'm just in the learning phase, trying to find out what's going on. But in the future,
perfect example.
Boston area.
Example of a comment right here that doesn't understand what's going on in this chat, that we're actually having a good dialogue.
Resistance.
What's the comment? What's the comment, Kenny?
Can I just ask this, please?
Resistance.
You and I are both in the Boston area.
They get it and
You
never
and I
will.
are both in the Boston area, right? Okay.
Wait a minute.
I would love to do a audit with you someday. What do you think?
I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I don't trust people. I don't really, do too many audits with people. People who I've done audits with. No, and it's not to say, I'm skeptical of you. It's just that
it's kind of a black and white puppy, isn't it?
I just don't jump to the opportunity to work with auditors. Just for many reasons, personal reasons.
I would love to actually
being as though I come from, my past was, I do have a little criminal history. I do come in with the mindset that, everybody can be skeptical, especially with the game I'm playing. I mean, for a year, I did time for doing bad things, and then I changed my life around. And once I got out of the fold of anything that had to do with criminal history, I come into the fold of police accountability, and I'm still getting locked up. So I'd rather just do it by myself.
Well, I'm willing to go with you anywhere for at least one audit.
Oh, sure. I'll keep that off. I'll hold that open. I'll let you know. You know my email address.
I'm willing
I'll lock
to do
you in. Well, I mean, have you ever done any work before?
Yeah, I'm 50 odd years old. I've worked before.
No, I'm speaking of like recording, as far as going out, doing one-day video. Have you ever done it before?
I'm fine with that, Seth. Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, you just said you wanted to go out and do an audit with me, right?
I want to go out and do an audit with you.
Right, and I'm asking you, have you ever?
I want to watch you do the audit. So when the cops like come on us, I'll be just like, I'm backing off here, man. I'm with them.
Man, I appreciate the fanfare, but my artists, I don't think you want to be close to them. You've seen in my videos, they can get kind of wild. Yeah, right. You probably better off watching that on YouTube. But if you ever want to do an audit with me, I was going to suggest, anybody that wants to do an audit with me, I would suggest that they start out the way I did and just go out there and record, no matter what it is, And anybody who can get out there and get their feet wet to do that, then I have the respect for them to come out there and do an audit with them.
I'd rather do an audit with you. Is that okay?
No, you're going to have to get your feet wet first. You're going to have to go out there and do the work first. You're going to have to go out there and brave those streets.
I have to get my feet wet
You have to
first.
get out there and get in front of that cop, and you're going to have to, go back and forth with them and challenge them with the law. That shows that, you're willing to go out there and do it. You got the gumption to do it. You know what I'm saying? I did it. You see, my first video was shaky as hell, but I did it.
You did it. And guess what? So did I. Okay. When I was born, I was given last rites. Here I am.
Great, Tim.
Okay.
Hey, Kenny, I want to thank you.
I'm gonna call this one too. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna give
you
everyone
so much.
Oh wow, I
No
killed the
problem.
mood, didn't I? Shit.
Sorry. So give
Well,
everyone a
I
chance. Last
appreciate
chance
y'all
to
having
say-
me on.
Yes,
Definitely
yes.
enjoyed my time up here. Good night to all of y'all. And Klein,
Come back again.
Much success on your future endeavors, bro.
Yeah, you too.
And that's to all of y'all. Have a good night.
Thank you,
too,
sir.
All right, Karl, you got.
Yes. For the record, that noise was Minecraft.
No, next time you do that, you need to mute your mic.
I had television.
Just left.
Or you could just mute the. Or you can just mute the mic or leave. Yeah, it's not a big deal.
And the TV was up so loud.
All right, so, Asian.
And Sasquatch, by the way,
Hold on.
ask
You're
me
gonna get a chance, Tim. Tim, you're gonna get a chance. It's Asian's turn first, then you. Okay, Asian, go ahead.
Thank you again, Kenny, to you, the panel, and everyone in chat. Had a very interesting evening.
All right, Tim, go ahead.
Oh, it's already on me. First of all, I'm not going to audit Bill Buckner because the guy is dead. So, sorry, Sasquatch. But I wish I had more of a chance to talk to him. I mean that was awesome. I think. It's like you don't want to be angry with people. It's like when I was on Shelley's panel the other night.
This is just last minute wrap up. We're not going.
Okay, we're wrapping up. Okay, so you're supposed to like play that music. Anyway,
anything last minute?
That was this has been an awesome panel for me. Thank you.
Okay, now Tim, stick around because I want to talk to you about your show tomorrow. But any last minute extortion watchers?
No, nothing really last minute. I'm gonna go to Chuck's channel and watch him. Apparently, he traded Omaha for what's his name? No Name Audits, and No Name Audits is running around with the warrant. They're hoping they don't get picked up tonight. So.
All right.
Oh, before I forget, Kenny, I forgot one thing. We're gonna be back here tomorrow at 4:00 Eastern Standard Time with Tim Talk.
Yep. All right, guys. Tim, stick around. Everyone else, you all have a fantastic day.